ultimate purpose is not survival. It's finding purpose in what you love. I'm pumped to be branching out and being like, hey, we're going to sit down and have a couple-hour podcast. Is it?
Is it, dude?
Jesus Christ.
Just like talk for 5 minutes. I'm like, is it though?
Like, good job. And then I thought
I've always been inspired by this shit.
You know, it was so greasy. I was disgusted. It wasn't that.
And gave me a shout out, and I was like, it's great. But I will say it's not, so the weight loss is not like overnight, right? In no means at all, okay? Yeah. At my heaviest back in, I want to say during the Tiger Blood time, which was like
2009 or so?
13 or something like that. Oh, no, sorry, it's earlier, 2009. During that Tiger Blood time was my heaviest, and I had double pneumonia, and I was in the hospital, right? So I actually didn't know I was pregnant, lost a baby, and was like, God, like, that's all I wanted was to be a mom, like, really just wanted to be a mom. And so when I got out of there, my doctor said to me, like, you got this pneumonia, but you had this swine flu. And I was like, well, tell me I'm a fat ass, right? Like, and so I started trying to lose weight then. And like, I didn't understand how to eat. And I'm going to say it right now, like, kids that grew up in the 80s and 90s, we were taught like to eat from a pantry. We weren't really taught to like eat fruits and vegetables all the time unless it was summertime. You know what I mean? Like we had a garden, so it was like, go get a tomato. And I'm like, I don't like them fucking things. Yeah. You know? So I will say like, yeah, the weight came on really fast, like not really fast. Like it took a long time to put all the weight on. And then I put on a lot of weight at the end pretty fast because I was in my relationship with my husband. We were really kind of happy. We wanted to have kids. You know, you're going out to dinner. You're trying to fuck. You're trying to make a baby. And so like that basically was like, okay, I'm at my heaviest now. And this was like a low point. So then I started trying and I just hadn't gone anywhere. And then I work for my insurance company. And I was like, you know, people are getting bariatric surgery. And as long as it's considered, you know, your BMI is high enough, maybe I should think about this. And then I went to my gynecologist and I was talking to him about, like, we had already done, like, a whole tour of Clomid. And I was like, okay, like, this is supposed to make me, like, drop 4 eggs at a time. And I'm not dropping eggs. And my PCOS is insane. And I'm never going to have a baby. And I'm, like, 30 years old and I got to start doing something.
Is Clomid a part of like IVF?
Clomid is the first medication they put you on when you're trying to conceive, and not IVF, but like this is going to just help you release more eggs. Okay. And people who have PCOS, women who have, and typically most women who have a hard time losing weight end up finding out they have PCOS and diabetes sometimes. And that was my issue, was diabetes and PCOS. So I decided.
Type 2?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
No, I was 564 pounds. So I was like, I was type 2 diabetes. I had all kinds of other things wrong with me. And my doctor was like, you need to get bariatric surgery. So I looked into gastric sleeve, and I wanted to do gastric sleeve because everyone I knew that had gastric bypass really regretted it because they gained the weight back or they were miserable all the time and couldn't eat at all. And I was like, I am like Guy Fieri in female form, and I love to cook, and I love to cook bullshit, and I am going to have to be able to eat, like, I want that smash burger at least once a week, and I'm going to treat myself to it. You know what I mean? Like, I want certain things, so I didn't want to do bypass because if you eat you have dumping syndrome if you eat anything bad for you. So like, I was like, if I'm doing this to have kids, I want to be able to eat a piece of their cake for their birthday, you know? So had the gastric sleeve in 2012, like the end of 2012, lost 200 pounds by like June of 2013. So within like 6-7 months, I lost like 200 pounds.
It's awesome.
It's insane. And it's insane because people are like, we can't believe you weighed that much, but because I'm a short shit. I'm 5'3", you know, and I just carried it well, I guess. I'm Hungarian and Polish. We're supposed to be big bitches, I guess, you know. So
564 pounds.
Yeah.
That was your heaviest?
That was my heaviest.
That's crazy.
And then this morning when I got on the scale, I was 187.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what a difference.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And I will say when I started comedy and I'm a COVID comic. I started comedy because I was stuck in my basement and I was like, I am sick of my husband and I want to get divorced, but we can't do this yet. We can't figure it out. And like, I'm just trying to keep everything together. And he, trying to find him a job because he had lost his job and he still hasn't gone back to work. He's disabled. So he has lymphedema and has walking issues. So we're trying to get him right with disability and stuff right now because he probably won't be able to work again. And but I had that surgery and I got pregnant right away in June of 2013. I found out I was pregnant with my first child, and then in July of 2013 I had to have my gallbladder removed.
Oh man.
Oh no.
While pregnant. So that was like a very big thing. And then I had the baby. We had a C-section. I had C-section babies because my kids' heads are huge. They're like, we don't want to put you through that. We want you to have a sex life after this.
I feel like that's going to happen to me.
So, yeah.
We have big heads.
Have gigantic. Her head's bigger than mine, and I have a big ass head.
Yeah, no. Like, but Bo was only 8 pounds. I thought he was going to be like 10 because his head was so big. Like, they were like, he's going to be huge. But, yeah, he was like 8 pounds. He's normal. And then like, being a mom was the coolest thing, but it's also like you're trying to figure out who you are. You always are trying to like be like, okay, don't lose me. Don't lose me. And that's what, honestly, after I had him, I had Brett a few years later. And, after when we had Brett, we knew he was autistic probably about 1.5 years into it when he wasn't walking or talking like he was supposed to.
So he wasn't hitting milestones?
He wasn't hitting all of his milestones, and he had a hard time at first. But then, like, he's fine now. Like, I mean, the kid can run, the kid can jump. He gained a lot of weight on Abilify. Abilify sucks for kids, and they put every kid on it. And he gained he's like...
That's a depression medication, right?
It's a schizophrenia, basically. Like he had he has where he will have like snapping. He'll snap a little bit here and there. He'll get upset. So they had him on that. But when we went and did a med check just recently, it's like they just gave him Vyvanse and something to calm him down at night, and that's about it.
Yeah.
And he's doing great and he's thriving. And but like the autism diagnosis, like we had him in a program. We had him in the TOTE program in Wayne County right away. Right away. Probably 2 years old. He started going into, so he's been in different programs for school and stuff since he was 2. And he speaks very well, and he has like a lot of, he's very smart, but he also like poops his pants. So, I mean, it's like he's a forever baby right now unless something clicks one day. And that's kind of what it's been like the entire time with him is it's like, okay, this is how it is until it snaps. And he's
Right.
like,
Something
okay,
changes.
now we do this,
Yeah.
So it's like basically like I was just telling you guys, chicken nuggets, right? He's been on the chicken nuggets bandwagon for like probably 3 months now where he hasn't wanted anything but Tyson chicken nuggets. Next month, it might be goldfish. Like 2 weeks before this, it was goldfish. For 2 weeks, it was nothing but goldfish crackers. So it's just like we just go with the flow, I'm like, his dad wanted nothing but McDonald's for a long time, so I get it, So, but yeah.
With the weight, I'm thinking about the weight. I'm a big My 600 Pound Life guy.
Yeah.
I fucking love that show.
Yeah, me and my husband were that. Like, yeah, he's still a big guy. He's lost some weight too, but not a lot. But
is there a trauma that you were coping with by eating, like that might have been replaced by?
I had a lot of shit when I was really young that like it was just, everybody has like, we have
Everyone has
issues.
their stuff, yeah.
So like I thought that maybe I was eating because I didn't want men to be attracted to me. Like that, I think that might have been a thing because it was like I had some like creepy encounters here and there when I was really, really young, like 4.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, I think maybe like somewhere in my brain, maybe I was just like, you know,
If
well,
I
they
do
won't
this.
they won't tell you you're a pretty girl if you don't be a pretty girl, you know? So I don't know, maybe that was it. I'm not sure. I always tried to be the jokester. Like I was always trying to be the jokester. Like I was a cheerleader. I was in sports, I did 3 sports, you know, all year growing up, and I was athletic, but I was always like Chris Farley, right? So I was like the fat athletic person. I was a fat cheerleader. I was the base. I was throwing bitches, right? So, I mean, like that's literally what I was always I could do a cartwheel, and I'm like 200 pounds in high school, you know? So
I was very similar to that, by the way.
Yeah.
I was,
Yeah.
Not a cheerleader, but I was like always athletic, but always like the fat guy.
yeah, no, for sure. And you feel like, what was that movie? The Duff. I was like, oh, that's me. I was the Duff, the designated ugly fat friend. I look just like my dad.
What is that? Is that a Ryan Reynolds movie? I
It's
can't
some
remember
movie.
this.
It's the chick from
But she like
Arrested Development that was Anne, George Michael's girlfriend. That his dad was like, ew. Like, he was like, that's your girlfriend? Like, I was like, okay, but yeah, that was a movie way back. I have like unlimited pop culture like knowledge of the time period that I've lived. Right? I'm one of those people that I remember a lot of things, a lot of stupid shit. Like my friends will say to me, they'll just be like, how the fuck do you know Mariah Carey's #1 hit in 1995? And I'm just like, because Dream Lover came out then. I don't know if that's true, but it's just make up shit. Like I just say, like, this is about the time, yeah. But yeah, no, I'm kind of like that. But yeah, I was the fat girl. And then when I started comedy, I was 250 pounds. People thought I was less than that, and so much so, like one comic tried to lift me one time and dropped me in the
gosh.
Fun fact, years later, that guy called in a bomb threat and also stole my debit card. So
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
What?
Anyway,
Name drop.
nah,
No, I'm just kidding.
Everybody knows who he is.
I'm just kidding.
But anyway, so like I was 250 pounds, but I carried it well. I still was pretty like, I was a drunk though. I was like, I wanted to get away from home because I knew my marriage was ending. And I love my husband. We still love each other. Like, we're best friends. We've been together since 2002. Like, I have his back. He has my back. We have these 2 boys together. Mm-hmm. Like, and a lot of people didn't get it for the longest time when we did, like, actually move apart. People just didn't get it. They don't get how we get along. And I'm just like, I'm sorry, but that's my buddy. Like, we've always been buddies. You know?
I had to. Sorry, that smelled like something other than incense. Something other than
burn the motherfucker down.
It took until being in this relationship where I had to like learn that people don't have to want to murder each other to not date anymore.
And that was the thing. We didn't want to fight in front. I didn't want to fight in front of the kids anymore. And it was getting to that level where it was like, okay, like resentment just kept rising. You don't have a job, and why won't you work? And it was just like, well, I'm hurt. You know, I don't feel well, and like. And it's like, it takes a lot for a woman to step into. I've always been in those shoes, though. I've always
into
been
the masculine role.
I've been the breadwinner. I've been the breadwinner for the entire time we've been together. So, but the thing that I didn't like was, I don't like being that person. Like, I don't want to feel like I'm the one holding everything down all the time. So, but now it's like I'm by myself. So I kind of have to do that. And, you know, like, you got to put on your big girl pants and grow the fuck up.
It's a hard position to be in because it's relentless pressure when you have a kid. You know, it's like I have to maintain this sandcastle. It's just like, oh, come on.
Do you guys want to have kids?
I have 3.
Oh, you have 3 already.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
And
how do you do? You have any or no?
Mm-mm.
You guys don't have any together.
Right.
Not yet.
So not yet.
We want to.
You do.
Yeah.
The one thing about having a baby that nobody tells you. You're going to poop.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people don't tell you. You're going to poop and you're going to rip and there's going to be, and so get the C-section is what I'm telling you. Because you can literally be like, wink, wink, doc. Okay. Like, you know, you're going to get $25,000 for this, right? Like, just just say I need one. And then you just have like a little cut, and you know what? Everyone babies you and gives you shit. It's the best fucking thing. I'm telling you, like that's.
And then
the way
you're not
to
even allowed to lift anything for a couple weeks.
No, not even a gallon of milk. So you know what? That bitch has to do everything for you.
Sounds like a good plan.
Mm-hmm. You can carry that baby though,
and
that's all you do. You just put it on your tit, and it feeds itself. It'll just be like,
right.
That's it.
My oldest, when my ex went to labor, I was 19. So
you had babies young.
Yeah, I was a baby still. It was the stupidest shit ever. I mean, I wouldn't change anything now, obviously, but my God, that we were.
How old are you?
I'm 32.
Oh, you are still young.
And he's 30, and my son's 13.
Oh, okay.
So like,
yeah.
But so when
my oldest is 12 and I'm 46.
when she went into labor, and she was in labor for like, I mean, fucking like a day.
Yeah,
like a full day.
Time.
It was like we went to the hospital at midnight on the whatever. We went to hospital at midnight. My brain's not working. We went to the hospital at midnight. We went to the ER. The doctor said, "Oh, it's just Braxton Hicks or whatever."
Okay.
And we're like, she's like, "No, it's not. I know my body." And they're like, "No, you're not even remotely dilated. Whatever. Blah blah blah.
Right.
Just go back home." And her water hadn't broke yet. So we go back home and we fall asleep for like maybe an hour, and she wakes me up and's like, "My water broke. I already cleaned it up, but we got to go." And I was like, "Whoa." I was like delusional because I was so tired. I was like, "The fucking what?" And she's like, I was like, "Are you serious?" She's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Ah," and I go into panic mode. So anyway, we go to the hospital, and like fucking like 20 hours later, that she's we're sitting in the hospital. We were at Huron Valley, and we were watching TV for like 16 hours, just like sitting around. We weren't allowed to do anything. I wasn't allowed to eat because she was like on a restricted diet or whatever,
right.
Or wasn't allowed to eat. She could have like ice chips or whatever.
Yeah.
And,
I remember that.
And I wasn't allowed to get anything, or I wasn't allowed to eat. I didn't have any fucking money. So it's not like I was going to go down and spend $20 on a meal for myself at the cafeteria and then come back. And anyway, we're sitting around bored as fuck for 15, 16 hours.
Waiting
just like,
for shit to
come
happen.
on,
Yeah.
something's got to fucking
Mother
give
Nature,
here.
Get on time, bitch.
I'm like getting pissed because I'm like missing work now. I'm like, nothing's happening. I could be at work. You know what I mean? And
you're like, this fucking baby's fucking up my fucking life.
Well,
right now.
I was like worried about my job because I was a kid and I didn't know any better.
I get it.
You know?
You're 19.
But then all at once, like 4 doctors and like a half a dozen nurses come in, like just white coats and scrubs, just and we're like, what the fuck? And they're like, get on your side. And she's like, what? She's like, well, I'm having a contraction right now. I can't. And they're like, and they just like take her and put her on our side, and they hook up the monitors and the baby's heart rate's going 220, 20,
okay.
220, 20, and we're like, what the fuck is going on? And the nurses pull out a syringe and they shove artificial fluid into her, into her uterus, I guess.
Right.
And they're like, we're like, what the fuck is happening? Like, we've been sitting around, nothing's happened for like almost a fucking day of us being awakened in here.
Did
and then all of a sudden,
baby not have fluid in the sac and was in trauma?
Yes.
Okay.
So he flipped and the umbilical cord went around his neck.
Okay.
And because she had her water broke so long ago, there was no fluid left. So he was basically hanging on his own umbilical cord.
Right.
And they were suspecting that he was breached. So they're like, all right, go ahead and try to push. And she tries pushing, and they're like, no, we gotta go. Like, you're not doing anything. We gotta go.
Yeah.
And so they take off, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I'm thinking my baby's fucking dying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he was.
Right.
So I'm like, whoa. And they're like, and a nurse comes in, and she's like, here, and she just hands me a stack of like paper scrubs. And they're like, get these on now.
Right.
And I'm like, what is happening? They're like, you're going to the OR.
Emergency C-section.
You need to get in here now, or you need to get in these now, and we'll come get you. It's going to be like 1 minute, so get on.
No, it's like on like Donkey Kong when fucking shit goes down in the fucking in that room. Yeah.
And I was like, so I hurry up, I get this. I was panicking, so I put the scrubs on so quickly that I ripped the crotch out of them. Those
paper scrub. Nobody's supposed to wear those.
and then we end up having the C-section. Everything's fine. I mean, just to lay in the plane, but Dude, that was
And the baby came out with a perfect head, right?
He
was
did.
not smushy.
He did, and
It was
I mean, the C-section was like started and over in like 15 minutes,
Yeah.
and like they had a mirror, like one of those round mirrors set up so I could watch it, and that was fucking disgusting. It was like watching them. It was like someone was like using a spatula to scrape into like a lasagna. Like it was so gross looking.
Oh yes, no, I get it. My husband kept looking over the little partition.
Oh, they yell at you. You can't.
And the doctor was like, "Hey man, you shouldn't be looking over here." And he was like, "I want to see what's inside her." And I was like, "Ew."
Yeah. Did they have you strapped in like Jesus position?
I didn't have my arms down because I was actually like pretty like kind of like okay, like everything was fine. I didn't feel anything the first time. Second time, anesthesia wore off. Okay?
Oh shit.
So second time, the anesthesiologist, the CRNA that comes in, the anesthesiologist tells the CRNA, and the CRNA is handling it. Well, the CRNA, first red flag. Do you remember Mean Girls, the movie?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Do you remember like the Kapoor guy, the mathlete, the Indian dude, right? That's what this dude looked like. So I was like, what's up with Kevin Kapoor or whatever? Like that's gonna be doing this shit to me. And then he goes and he's like, okay, breathe easy, and he just starts like pushing it in and pushing, and then I'm like, and then he's like, oops, okay, breathe easy, does it again, okay, breathe easy, 14 fucking times.
Oh my God.
Right? So then he's like, okay, can you feel anything? And they're poking me and everything. And I'm like, no, I don't feel anything, right? Then they cut me open. Then I felt everything.
Oh, God.
So then I tell them, I'm like looking at Ben, there's tears, and Ben's like, something's really wrong with you. Like, what the fuck's going on? And I go, I can feel it, Ben. Just tell them I can't. I couldn't barely talk. And he's like, hey, she can feel what you're doing to her. So they just pumped me full of morphine. I got sick as a dog afterwards. I didn't even hold Brett. They just put him on me because they were like, you got to have skin to skin. Yeah. But I didn't even get to hold Brett really until the second day because I was like puking. And then they were like, they didn't want to let me leave. I was there for 3 days and they weren't going to let me leave. They were going to make me stay another day because I couldn't poop.
Oh, because of the opiates?
Yeah, I couldn't poop at all. And I was just like, oh my God, I told my mom, I was like, I'm fucking Elvis right now. I'm sitting on this toilet. I'm about to die. I'm like, my fucking forehead, there's a vein coming out of it, you know? But no, like it, that was crazy. And then I had crazy birth myself. I had meconium poisoning. Do you know what that is?
No.
Okay, so when same kind of situation your son was in, right? So my mom was in labor, and she had to have the emergency C-section too. And I'm born in 1980, right? So they're still doing C-sections up and down, cutting you open up and down instead of side to side in a bikini cut. Isn't it so cute? Bikini cut. So anyway, my mom is in trauma, and what happened was the liquid got like low, and I had a bowel movement because I thought I was out. Right? So I guess baby shit right when they get out. So I had a bowel movement. I swallowed that shit into my lungs. I breathed it in, and it burned a hole in my lung, and like they had to like do emergency surgery and everything, and I was fine. But they told my mom that I was gonna be special needs.
That happened to my cousin.
I mean, oh yeah, I was gonna say.
I have a cousin that went through exactly this.
Yeah, and like back then it was the R word, and like my mom was like, the doctor wants to put her in an institution. She's gonna be a mongoloid.
Oh my gosh.
And so my dad was like, no, that's my baby girl. We're not putting her.
Right.
And so my mom and dad both were like, no, and they just were like, she's gonna be fine. And they took me home, and I was fine. And like, I honestly like. It was funny because I said to my mom, I was like, and then what did you think? And she's like, and then you were really smart. Like you were really great in school and everything. And I'm like, you always told me I had to do better. And she's like, well, yeah, you did because you were lazy. But that was my traumatic birth was that. And my mom has to still to this day show me when she wears a bikini because she will still wear that fucking bikini.
Hell yeah, Mom.
It's like, she's like, my stomach goes like this. I'm like, mine does too. Mine just hangs and flops around. It's like fucking silly putty now. It really is. Do you have skin from your weight loss?
Oh, fuck yeah. I have like a whole set about it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. I remember now. I've only seen you once, but like.
Yeah, dude. I look like I look like I'm wearing one of those flying squirrel suits.
Yeah, I'm like, everything's big. My jeans, my bras, my vagina.
Prove it. No.
I was like, I need a labiaplasty. Can anyone tell me a good labiaplastician?
Dude, that's one of my favorite jokes. Is like, if I ever get plastic surgery, it's just gonna be like a liposuction on my fupa. Just like get rid of that extra skin now.
No, I mean, like, I was laughing because I was like, I need implants now. I need boobs. My boobs have deflated.
Oh, because you lost so much weight.
Yes, no, I had the best tits ever. So much so, I would show them off as a fat bitch. They were so nice. And now they're just like, hi, and we just hang here like pancakes.
Like a Newton's cradle.
I mean, like, if you bend over with no bra on, you can knock a few things over.
Yeah.
Like, that's literally how much they say. It's like, do your boobs hang low? Yes, they do. And they wobble too.
That's why I don't get on top. Because I look like a mama dog.
That was my only marital sex position.
was on top?
On a reverse cowgirl watching Keanu Reeves movies so I could come.
That's hilarious.
That's one of my jokes.
Hell yeah.
I'm like, I'm doing material. Sorry.
It's
my favorite joke, though, because it's so fucking true.
My favorite jokes are the ones that have truth in them.
Yeah.
Those are the best ones.
Yeah. No, always. I mean, like, that's what, when I started this, like I said, I was just like, I didn't know what I was doing, and I was just going to try it and then never do it again. And then, like, I went to the Detroit Burger Bar, and Paul Pipitone was the host. He was like, oh, you want to be a comedian? You know? And I was like, yeah, you sure you want to do this? And I was like, now I'm scared, you know? And so then, like, Natural Paul bumped me all fucking night, right? And so me and my girlfriend and her husband, we sat there and waited. And then I finally went up and I did a bit about Taco Bell and how when you go on to get their coupons, after you turn 40, you're in their last tier of life on their website. And like, it really hit me. So I was like, but I need this $5 off because I like cheesy gordita crunches. So, and then after that, I started doing my podcast because Big Gretch shut everything down again. And I was like, oh, how am I going to keep this momentum going? Because I was having fun. I got to do 2 mics and I was having fun. The bug hit me right away. And I'm like, what do we have in our basement? Oh, a whole podcast studio. Hey, let's do this. And I had already done a podcast before with my cousin and her aunt. It was called She Unit, like G Unit. She Unit. That's what we used to do. And did that for a couple years before I got into this. And then like we started doing stand up. I started doing that and it just bit me. We started doing the podcast, meeting everybody. And I mean, like I met a lot of good headliners real early on. I was really fortunate. Like T-Barb used to have a open mic at Nandi's Knowledge Cafe down off Oakman in Detroit. I used to go to that on Tuesdays nights and Monday nights were my nights. Monday nights I would go to New Way. There's like 4 mics on Mondays at this time. There was a cannabis club, there was New Way, and there was Nandi's. And then like the other things that were going on Tuesdays, I was fortunate enough, like I started working with this one showrunner that he had Gratiot Pub it was Dooley's first. Dooley's, he was like, I want you to host an open mic at Dooley's. So I started hosting an open mic at Dooley's. And then shortly after that, he was like, okay, wait, I'm going to put you over at Gratiot Pub. And I'm going to put Charles over at Dooley's. And I was like, okay.
Charles Hill?
Charles Hill, yep. And so then it was like, okay, somebody died at Dooley's. We can't do the mic there anymore.
Yeah, they shut the bar
Charles
down.
is coming over and you guys are going to co-host. Is that cool? And I'm like, yeah, that's fine. So then me and Charles hosted it for a little while and Charles ended up taking it over after the showrunner, like, I think he got in a fight with the owner or something. Something happened. I'm not sure. But I did that for a little while. Also, he had the Rusty Nail and I did a lot of the Rusty Nail stuff, like hosting over there. My first year of comedy, I did a lot of that kind of stuff.
Did hosting help you?
So it did, but that's all I did. right? Like, and so like I was starting to, after my first year, I was like, I want to try to feature. I got 15. I thought I'm not a very confident person. I'm just like, I don't have 15 minutes, but I know I have at least a 20-minute set that I can do now.
Yeah.
Back then I, was like, oh yeah, I kind of fumbled through it a little bit, but yeah, I wanted to do more like feature stuff. And so like, and then that never happened. Like Stuff Net Income, people kept looking me over. I didn't ask for any spots for the first 2 years of comedy. I kind of just got on stuff because I was out everywhere. I was out all the time.
Yeah.
I was a horrible mother. I was a horrible drunk. I was a horrible wife, right? I was really into this though. I really wanted to just like have friends and be all like, I wanted people to like me. Honestly, because I was just like, I just never had that. Like I had it in high school. So I was kind of like, okay, I'm perimenopausal and I ADHD as fuck. Right. And I just wanted to belong to something. And I really loved comedy and I kind of liked it, but I was also a major drunk and also very sensitive and very insecure. And one thing that comedians love to do is tell you when people talk about you. And so I was notoriously one night got really hammered, fell off the wagon because I tried getting sober for like 2-3 years. And I fell off the wagon one night and I got in the DMs and started like popping off on comics. And one of them ended up posting the whole thing. And my shows got canceled.
Oh, geez.
And like I had to go away for a year basically. Like
Because of the drama?
Because I needed to get better.
Okay.
Honestly, that's really what needed to happen. But I was dramatic. The drama shouldn't bother you.
Yeah.
You shouldn't care what people think if you're going to get into this.
Right.
And I wasn't that kind of person. I was just like, I just want you guys all to like me. But now I really don't give a fuck. And honestly, therapy helped. Getting off booze really helped. I've been sober now for 1.5 years. And over that now, a little bit over that. But like I had tried for probably about 2 years before that and kept sneaky drinking. Like I'd get depressed or I'd have like a bad night and I just go and get a pint and down it or a fifth. Like I'd just drink a whole fucking bottle of vodka, and that's where I really just lost myself because I wasn't, like I said, all of this was my life and it was just too much. And it was like, I never took a break. I was out every night, like legit. And then like, there were all kinds of, like different things and there's always drama. And so going away for a while and just being at home with my kids, getting my life together, getting my home together, and saving a lot of money and getting sober and losing the weight. Like I got on GLP. GLP, I will say, between Wellbutrin, which is what my doctor put me on right away, between Wellbutrin and the GLP, I have no cravings for cigarettes. I was a hell of a smoker too. I'm chain smoker Stephanie right now.
Yeah.
I got off cigarettes, I got off booze, and I lost the rest of the weight. And so like I just continue to keep living my life like this. And then when I started incorporating comedy back into the mix in May of last year, I tried to come back. And then I had some like unfortunate incident happen. And I was just like, you know what, this is still more drama and I don't know if I want to do this.
Just not ready.
Like I don't know if and then the drama, there's no consequences when there's drama. Like if somebody does something bad to you, there's no consequences. And it's just like, I got so frustrated because I'm one of those people. I'm like eye for an eye, bitch.
Right. The wrongs need to be righted.
So I literally like, I was like, I don't think I want to get back into this. Like, fuck everybody, and then I got an email from the Independent. And they were like, do you want to bring Diva Cup back? And Diva Cup was something I put together just as a show for fun. I put it together because I'll just say it, the Comedy Rumble, like people wanted to be on that. My class of comedians really wanted to be on that. And that was like a sign of status and everything. And there was this whole like weird like meanness about it. Like if you messaged their webpage, you would never get on it. And there was like more of a cliquey kind of aspect to it. I didn't like that. I was like, fuck people who are trying to like exclude people. I'm going to be inclusive and I'm going to do one of these ensemble shows, not copy this guy, because I don't want to copy that situation, but I want to do something kind of like that where we can put a lot of people. And so Diva Cup is basically stand-up improv. I had learned about stand-prov, and I knew that there was a stand-prov mic before. A lot of the veteran comics had talked about it, said it was one of their favorite mics. And what stand-prov was is, you know, bucket topics. You pull a topic, and you have to go right there on the, you know.
Stand up on the spot kind of deal?
Stand up on the spot. And so I was like, this would be a fun competition. Like, why the fuck don't we do something like that? I'm like, you do the Comedy Rumble. They have you have your preset that you come up with. That's your material. And I love that about it. It's a great show. I've been to many of them, and I'm not knocking it in the least. And like I said, I'm like, it wasn't to copy it. It was just like me and all my open mic friends that didn't belong.
Yeah.
We wanted something. And I was like, let's have a little misfit show. And let's call it Diva Cup because like we bleed into one of those things once a month, and that's really fun.
Yeah.
Like, and I was like, and yeah, everyone calls me this fucking diva, so yeah, let me just name a show after me. And honestly, another part of it was I was at Dave Crumbly's Crumbly Cup, and the first two times I never advanced until this past year of sober. I advanced, but 2 times I did it and I didn't advance, and I always was up against the newscaster of Toledo. I can't think of her name right now, something Strock, but Jensen Strock was her name. And I was like, you put me up against the fucking cute newscaster. Of course the fat bitch is going to lose, you know? And so like I was like, oh, one time, and I went all Roseanne and loud afterwards, right? And I just was like, I'm going to do my own show. And it's going to be called Diva Cup. Fuck you guys. And it was like, and she thought I was serious. Like I was joking with Dave. I was just trying to get Dave to laugh.
Yeah.
I love Dave Crumbly. He's like one of my favorite people to work with. And I was just trying to get him to laugh. And then after that, I mean, got drunk, hanging out with my friends. Hey, you should do that. You should do a show.
Then
you
it
should
became
do it.
real.
And then it became real. And then the whole thing with Diva Cup, though, I wanted it to be campy. I wanted it to not be serious. I wanted it to be stupid. I wanted music. I wanted it to be a little bit of a production.
Yeah.
And it's that. It really is that. So we always have a theme, and it's whatever I fucking come up with. And sometimes if it's something that just makes sense, and sometimes it's just like whatever I feel like, you know?
Yeah.
This is the 17th one we're having. Like, it's been a lot. But we started at Trixie's. We used to do mics at Trixie's, and there was some drama at Trixie's, so nobody does shit at Trixie's anymore. But
is that a strip club?
It was a bar. It's a bar just near. It's kind of near where the Independent is.
Okay.
Yeah. So we did that there. And then after there, I did one at Parts and Labor Bar in Melvindale years ago. And then we started doing them on the Rocks in Wyandotte when I did my open mic there. And then we started doing them at the Independent. I had Johanna was one of my judges, Johanna Medranda, who was booking for the Independent. She was one of my judges for my show. And she was like, I like what you got. Like, let's do this. So we started doing shows with the Independent, which I loved. The Independent was the best place to do my show because everything was there. I didn't have to bring anything. All I had to do was show up with a playlist and topics and my trophy, and that's it. And it was a good time. And I did 1, 2, 3, I did like 6 of them there, and they were all great shows. We always had a decent turnout.
Was your trophy a Diva Cup?
My trophy is a participation trophy I buy on Amazon, and I put a Diva Cup on it. And somehow I usually try to decorate it, right? So like the movie's Diva Cup was an Oscar, and he was holding the Diva Cup. And then like this one coming up right now, I was going to bring it, but it's still drying because I'm Mod Podged. Okay. So this one is There's No Place Like Home. I'm doing a fundraiser for the Downriver Council for the Arts. So it's my first Diva Cup downriver in a long time. And so I was like, I've had a lot of popularity right now with my TikTok has been blowing up. My Instagram's been blowing up. I can't go to a store in Downriver without being recognized right now. My son and I were at fucking Dollar General yesterday, and I'm sitting there trying to do my coupons like I do. And I'm like, okay, this matches up. Okay, I got $25. All right, I'm going to get the $5 off. And this lady's like, hey, I love your videos. Me and my friends share them all the time. And she's like, I didn't really want to interrupt. And my son goes, oh God, this happens all the time, lady. And I'm like, in the last 3-4 weeks to a month, this has been happening. Yeah. So I was like, I'm officially Downriver famous now because of this shit. So I said, let's have it at, let's see how it goes. So we've already sold a bunch of tickets. I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be on the 15th. If you want to come out, it's going to be show up, go up. Anybody that wants to can participate. So, because I have a lot of people from Downriver that do acting and things like that that don't do comedy, but are like, hey, I want to do improv, and this is improv. So I'm like, all right, cool. So, but yeah, it's going to be a good time. I got a cute little show planned out. I mean, it's been, I'm like, fingers crossed I have enough people helping me like do the whole production, because it's going to be hard to pull topics, turn music on, get people off the stage, call somebody else up, it's a lot. So I'm like, I hope the production stuff out, but I got a couple of the comedians that are supposed to help me out. So I'm like, it'll be fun.
Where are you doing it this time around?
It's the Downriver Council for the Arts. It's in downtown Wyandotte. It's a old Masonic temple building. So it's haunted as fuck.
Hell yeah.
It's gonna be cool. And we're in this big room called the Odd Fellows room. So which literally like you can see the spackling like decaying and shit, because the place is in need of some repair, right? I mean, it's a fundraiser for a reason.
Yeah.
But yeah, no place like home is the theme, and we're having like the topics are gonna span everything like home related. I mean, it'll be so that anybody that, even if you're not from Downriver, you can participate. And there will be some Downriver topics thrown in the mix too. So if you are from Downriver or know things about Downriver, you might have an advantage, but you know what? Fuck it. So, but yeah, it's a good time. And that place is really nice. I'm going to have a whole green room for all of our comedians to go hang out in the back. So I'm like, this is the first place I have tons of space. And I'm like, I'm kind of happy about it. But also I was like, I'm scared to death that I'm not going to fill this room up with people. But I already have about 30 sold. So I think we're going to be good. Yeah. So I'm like, I think we'll be good. And because comedy is pretty hard to come by sometimes nowadays. Like spots are hard. That's why I'm like, anybody that wants to participate can come, because I'm like, I'm telling you, I'm coming up empty. I'm trying to get on shit. And I'm like, nobody's booking me. I'm like, damn, I thought the glow up was going to help, But there's a lot of shows that just went away. There's not a lot of shows right now. But
dude, losing the independence sucks.
No, I loved doing shows there. I liked, I will shout out to Scott Phelan had an awesome show, the Indie TED Talk show that he did. It was like, it was you did your own TED Talk. That was one of my favorite shows of doing at the Independent, because I had to put together a whole PowerPoint presentation, and and you make something absurd up, and it was about so I'm like telling this whole story, and I'm like, this is how the Barefoot Contessa is truly my mother and not my real mother. My real mother is not my mother. The Barefoot Contessa is my mother, and these are the facts. Why? And then I proceeded to go through all of this shit. And at the end of it, Brett Sulferino, who was handling the monitor, says to me, Steph, I didn't know your mom was Ina Garten. I'm like, bitch, this was just a joke. And he's like, oh man, I thought that shit was true.
Yeah, it was believable.
He's like, it was so convincing. I'm like, yeah.
That's fine.
I'm like, I'm drunk. It was fine. And then there was he did a storytelling show there too, and I really liked that. And then like Jacob Russell's show is so great. One of my favorite shows to be on. I think I was on the first one. I Ain't No Joke. And I Ain't No Joke is where you just go up, do your set, and then the improv troupe mimics out things from your set. So like my first set that I did with that was about White Claw. I had a whole White Claw set. And so they did like a whole thing where somebody was like selling out of like a, you know how like people just have carts and they're selling shit. Like they were selling like hot dog cart, like White Claw cart. And they were like, White Claws here, White Claws, you know. And then I did it a second time and had just as much fun. And the improv people are always fun and always different. Like, because Jake he's like the king of like being doing both, like improv and stand up. He can do both, and I really like working with him a lot.
Who is that? You said
Jacob Russell.
Jacob Russell.
Yeah, Jacob Russell is he's really talented and just a really nice dude.
Right on.
Yeah, there's not too many people that not saying not too many people I respect, but there's not too many people that I'm like genuinely like, this person's so funny.
Yeah.
And like that's one of, there's a lot of the people that were that worked with the Independent too. Like,
is Planet Ant like still going? Like
I think
that's not gonna.
I don't know
away?
anything. I don't know. I wasn't a producer or anything, so I don't know anything that was going on. I haven't really been around, but to do my show these last couple years. But I think that Planet Ant's still going, from my understanding. But I did see a fundraiser that they needed to raise $50,000, so I didn't know what that was about.
Wow.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not really like involved in it. If this was 4 years ago, I would be like, I know everything, you know, but I don't really pay attention. I just know that it is a great place. Like the whole situation was like the perfect one-stop shop for entertainment, because if you wanted to see a creepy fucking weird like goth band, you just go into Ghostlight. If you wanted to see comedy, you just go into the Indie. If you wanted to go see like a legit play, you just go over there to the Planet Ant, and it was perfect. And I love it. And like Keegan Michael Key came out of Planet Ant. Tim Robinson came out of Planet Ant, and what's his name? Sam. Tim Robinson's his buddy, and Detroit, the other half of Detroiters. Yeah. I always want to call him. I think his name is Sam on that Julia Louis-Dreyfus Veep show, and I always want to call him Sam. So I don't know his real name.
What's his name on Detroiters?
I think
Isn't it Sam?
I think it's Sam.
I'm pretty sure it's Sam.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe then it's Detroiters. It depends on what I'm watching. Brain fart. Anyway.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's a big blow. It's a big blow. There, I mean, like they had a lot of shows, and there was a lot of open mics too. You know, it was a great thing. So. Unfortunate, but I'm hoping that they find another venue, because it sounds like it's just a location situation. But I know that they are doing shows. I did a show, one of their on location shows at Weiss Distilling or in Clawson.
Okay. I've never been there.
Yeah, it's right in downtown Clawson. It's across the street from the place I had my first open mic, from the Burger Bar, the Detroit Burger Bar.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, it's right across the street. But that was an amazing venue, and I hope they do more there, because it's upstairs from the distillery, right? And it's a private room, and it has a stage. It's a great stage. I got a great tape that night, and the audience was fantastic. And you have a little green. It was very nice, very nice. And I was like, I hope they do more there, because it was a legit nice place.
Have you done Mark Ridley's?
I've done Ridley's.
I love doing Mark Ridley's.
I took the class. All of the classes in the height of my drunkenness. Like I'm literally like having a roadie sody on the way to Mark Ridley's at like 7 a.m. Oh yeah, it was really bad. Like I'm literally drunk as fuck in the middle of Mike Green's comedy class. Yeah, like at 9 a.m.
Oh, over at One Night Stands.
Over at One Night Stands, driving 2 hours here. Yeah. You know,
like
gosh. I literally like I was like, if I knew I was going to be anywhere for an extended period of time and it would wear off, I was like, roadie sody. Yeah. We're gonna drink when we get there.
No shit.
Yeah.
I was thinking that. I mean, I guess I was making the assumption that like being out at night doing comedy is feeding the addiction, but I mean.
Yeah, that really did. I mean, the addiction was depression. It was completely depression on my end. That's really where it came from, because I was a drinker to drink to feel better, right? And I'm a very fun social drinker, so it was like, oh, I feel better and everybody likes me when I'm like this, so I just kept doing it. And nobody ever said anything really other than like the people that were really close to me ended up being like, this is a little too much.
Yeah.
Like, you need to chill the fuck out.
It's hard to be like that with comic buddies because it's like we're all kind of like,
yeah.
There's always like this kind of like, hey, like we all do the same thing, but like,
and I don't feel comfortable. Like, I don't feel comfortable getting involved in people's shit because sometimes people are just having a bad day, and there's a difference between somebody who had a problem like me and somebody who's like, my wife just left me. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm gonna drink.
Dude, I had that phone. I had the phone call from my bank. That was my wake up call that I was drinking too much because I was at the bar that's next door to our studio here. I got a call from my bank. They're like, "Is this a place that you go to?" And I was like, "Yeah." And they go, "You spent $3,000 here in February?" I go,
"Oh man."
Yep.
Yeah. No, and that was the other thing too. I was always like chasing comedy in the beginning because it paid. I got booked really early on because I had a little set put together kind of already, you know, and also like I would work for $40 and they were like, "Hey, you take $40?" Yeah, sure. And I would pick up like little $40 here, $50 here, $100 here. I did a lot of shows that were like private shows and stuff, and it was my second income. But then I just drink that money up. And after I stopped drinking, I was like, holy shit. You were drinking probably a third of your income if you really wanted to figure it. And like now I'm not struggling. Like I've figured it out, you know, like it's just, it's a big waste sometimes, but I'm not against it, right? Like I'm not telling anybody to quit drinking. I just know that if you do it more than you think is okay for anyone else that you would observe, then you need to slow down. That's really all. That's all that I ever tell anybody. Like my brother, when I got sober, my brother was like, "Hey, I've been drinking a lot." Like my brother's a partier, and I fucking love Drunk Eric. Drunk Eric and Drunk Stephanie got into some shit back in the day. Like we really did. I mean, like we go to the Polish club with my dad. Right, it was right after I had the first baby. Right, my first time out drinking. And it was my dad's 60th birthday, and we're at Mexican Town first, and we get carafes of margaritas, and we always get the extra shot. And then we got a second shot because it was Dad's birthday, right? So we're all kind of hammered on margaritas. Ben, my husband, is like driving us all. And then we go to Wyandotte to the Polish club. And first things first, you got to have a Polish cherry. You don't know what a Polish cherry is? It's a cherry, a maraschino cherry soaked in like the vodka you have to get from Chicago, right?
My dad makes those.
Yes, and they're delicious. And then they're also fire, like real fire, you know.
He just makes his with Mohawk though.
Oh yeah. So we would have that, and then like shots of Yezhisnaya, which is like a blackberry brandy that the Polacks love. We do shots of fucking Jack Daniels. My dad is a Crown Royal. And my dad is shot time. Like that's his thing. So like we would drink a lot, and I remember that night my brother and I almost got us all kicked out of the PRCU because we knocked a table over. Just pushing each other around. Like we were like, why are we roughhousing? We're 30 something, you know? Like it's like this is stupid. So, but yeah, like my brother came to me one time and he was like, I think I need to chill out a little bit, you know? And I just told him, I was like, you know, all you have to do is really look at like just don't spend money on it. Just try not to spend money on it. And you'll be like, holy shit, I need to calm down. Cause it's a lot. It's a lot of money. I used to get a lot of drinks paid for me. Like that was my thing. After I was off the stage, I would do White Claw jokes, you know, and then people would buy me White Claws. And notoriously, I've had like a lot of White Claws given to me. So I did this Mike Ball show in Clear Lake. And I was with my buddy Jason Vest, and we had drove up there, and I was like, I'm going to drink because you're driving. It's like a 3-hour drive. Right?
Jason Vest is a comic, right?
Yes.
Is he the guy with the curly ass hair? Or he used to have curly hair? He's the butthole. He did the butthole competition. He's been on Kill Tony. Actually, when I went down and got on Kill Tony, he was my friend that kind of like showed me the like where to go and sign up and do all that. Yeah.
So yeah, no, like one of my best friends in comedy.
He does all these like talking head videos on Facebook, right?
Yes. He's like an inspiration to me. Like for real. Like he's so dedicated and hardworking, and like it's just like I started doing videos online because I seen his dedication to it, and I was like, you know what? You're right. I can get my shit in front of like 50,000 people if I try hard enough. They'll see it. Somebody will see it, and then I'll know, is it something good that I can do for stage? So I just started doing it because like when I got sober, like he suggested, he's like, try your jokes out. If you're not going to go to open mics because you don't want to drink around people, you don't want to drink anymore or be tempted to, just try out your jokes online. And that's what I just really have started doing. I always did TikTok anyway. And then like Instagram, you know, I had no following on Instagram, like nobody. I had like 500 people, 1,000 people on Instagram, right? Mm-hmm. And then like all of a sudden I do one video about Grosse Ile, the island in Downriver. And I talk about one thing that I remember my aunt and uncle mentioning. And that was that Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell would stop on the island, fill their private plane on their way to California or Chicago or somewhere, stop and fill their private plane and go to Perdino's restaurant and have dinner, and that they loved Perdino's restaurant. And I did this video just talking about the island, and everybody started liking it. Then I did a video just talking about every single downriver city, and people started liking it. And then I just seen that number just keep growing and growing and growing. And like when you earn a following, it's a big deal. Like it is so hard on Instagram, especially. It is so hard to get people to follow you on Instagram. It really is. So like it's been wild, but it's also been my outlet for all of the shit that I wrote for that year that I was, I was staying away from this. And I did keep writing. And that's what made me realize, like, I really do like writing, and I really do like getting my stuff out there and making people laugh. Yeah. So I didn't want to quit, but I have boundaries, and I have, like, I don't stay out too long. I can't do the hang much anymore because I just, I'm still a baby in my sobriety.
So it's tempting to...
Right now, I don't feel tempted, but like I don't want to even have like a chance to be.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to have a down day and I just be like, you know what? Let me try a shot. It's just a shot, because that's what happened before, and I've seen the error of those ways.
Yeah. Are you working a program?
Honestly, not anymore. Like okay. I legit, I've been to a couple like AA meetings. I'm not gonna lie. Like I had one friend tell me like, you need to go to AA. So I was just like, went, I've done a couple online AA meetings too, but, no, literally my doctor, Wellbutrin, the medication.
Do you feel like the GLP-1 like helps with?
Yes.
I was going to say the same thing.
You don't like the taste of a lot of stuff, but alcohol for sure is something that I haven't even like, I smell it. I've smelled, somebody had something and I was like, what is that? Oh, some kind of coconut tequila, right? And I smelled it and it smells disgusting to me. Yeah.
Dude, since I've been on, so I've been taking Zepbound for going on, I think I'm going into my second year of it.
Okay.
Ever since I've been on it, like there's a lot of destructive behaviors that I just have no interest in doing
Exactly.
anymore.
No, like I literally like, when, do you guys fight like a lot? Or, not a lot. I mean, do you guys have like little fights here?
We argue,
and like kind of like just little bullshit fights, So like I kind of like that, right? Sometimes I like little bullshit.
You like bullshit fights.
Sometimes I like just being like, you're a piece of shit. Like sometimes I like that. I don't have any intention to do that anymore. Yeah. Like I'm like, that's my mental illness. I'm like, I want to pick a fight and I don't have any intention to do it anymore. I don't. Yeah. No, self-destructive behaviors, things like that. No, like it's all of that kind of went away. And no, I don't even really want to eat anything that's bad for me anymore.
Yeah, same. My cravings are always like
steak.
I'll be like, I want, steak is like, I feel protein. Like a fat ass. Mm-hmm. now, which is hilarious because
Yeah.
I used to be like, oh, let me get like 2 McChickens and a large fry and a pop, and I'm probably gonna snack on when I get home too.
Hell yeah.
But
and
like,
I'm gonna go get a Jamocha chocolate shake from
I'm gonna
Arby's 'cause I love that shit.
I'm gonna rip my pen and DoorDash a Blizzard while I'm eating my McDonald's. Like, I mean, I still do that once in a while.
I was gonna say you definitely still do that.
I do that once in a while. But now if I do that, I'm like,
If DoorDash existed when I was at my heaviest, oh my God, the double dashing I would do.
oh, dude.
I would be like, I want
Fight!
I
You
want
got the
fries
dashers.
from McDonald's. I want fucking chicken from KFC.
Oh shit! You're giving me flashbacks to all the shit I had to get my ex when she was pregnant.
Yeah.
I'd be like, oh, I need a Coke from McDonald's, and I need pickles from Subway, and I'm like, bitch, I'm not going to 9 places.
Yeah, no,
But then I
that's-
did because she was pregnant.
I'll tell you
Yeah,
what.
remember that for when I'm pregnant.
Yeah, I like you, so I'll do it without. I'll do it without complaining with you.
Mine was the Sam's Club hot dog. That was my go-to when I was pregnant.
That is
The
hilarious.
Sam's Club hot dog is $1.50, and you get a big ass Coke with it too.
Yeah.
Like it's the best. And honestly, like it's real beef. It's all beef. It's hearty. It's satisfying. It was meat in my mouth that wasn't my husband's. I was happy.
Me. What I was gonna bring up before we move on from the GLP-1 thing.
Yeah.
I was talking to Troy Faust about this,
Uh-huh.
and I'm curious if you have the same thing. Emotionally, I feel like I've evened out a lot. Like my lows are not as low, and my highs are not as high. On the
Yeah.
GLP-1, I'm kind of like everything kind of just shrunk into like this like more reasonable range.
Yeah. So like Brett, my son with autism, he has been like I said, we have to go with the flow a lot. And like sometimes he goes through these spurts where he's all about dad and he doesn't want to be with me. He doesn't want to come over my house. He doesn't want to do it. And that happens a lot. And sometimes it's, I don't want to be with dad and I don't want to be with mama because my ex has his mom and dad that help him. So that really makes me sad. Anything with my kids that is tough makes me so sad. And honestly, like before, I would be like, I'm gonna kill myself, you know. But now I'm just like, it's gonna be all right. This is just one of those days, you know. Like I really do. I feel like it kind of that and the Wellbutrin really leveled me out. Like and the cigarette thing too. Like I feel like nicotine made me more of a jittery person. And
it fucked with my head.
Bad.
It-
that wasn't good for me at all.
Being a smoker fucked with my head big time. Like I would have these like negative thought spirals, but then they would like it would feed itself as I'm like spiraling and chain smoking
at
and
4 a.m. I mean, I would be like my first year of comedy. Like if I had a night out and I was like, fuck it, it's 3 a.m. I'm calling in sick and I'm staying up the rest of the night. And I would stay up the rest of the night and I'd sit there and chain smoke and I'd be like, I'm writing the best shit ever.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna do this shit and these motherfuckers are gonna give me respect finally. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'd just be next morning I'd be like, what the fuck did I write? You're drunk as shit, you stupid bitch.
Right,
Like for real.
You're writing like a manifest and
Literally wrote a manifesto. It was just like dick and insert dick into pussy. I'm like, wait, what the fuck did I write? And I'm like,
Dude,
this is not. Why are you talking about robot sex? Like, what's wrong with you?
sometimes I look at my like I'll take a note on I have a note in my phone that's all my like premises that I want to work at and sometimes when I'm writing I'm like, oh, let me go look at the premises and see if I have something that will get me started and I'll look and I'm like, this is the dumbest shit. Like one of them I read I think I read on the show, I wrote down that my balls are different sizes. like an old-timey bicycle. It's like
love it.
That's such a stupid fucking premise to be like,
Here,
oh,
let me see.
that's how I'm gonna fucking that's gonna be the that's the
gonna be
nudge.
it.
That's
me
the nudge I
see.
need to write my next great bit.
So I just kind of transferred a video to stage on Tuesday. So I'm helping out my friend Brittany. She just started comedy when we were at Harv's, right? She was one of the regulars at Harv's with my friend Carrie and the girls. They would go up there and hang out. And Brittany got up and she put a fake name on the list, and she was Barb for a while. And now Brittany and I are co-hosting a mic at Northern Wind Brewing, which is like one of my favorite places like that I've ever done comedy at, because these people set this place up. They're entertainers themselves. They are musicians. The owner, Keith, shout out to Keith. He said, I built this whole area here for a stage so that we could have entertainment here, because that's part of who we are. They're very much like all about community first. Like, I just fucking love these people, right? And I said, let's do it every other week. Let's make it an event, And we were packed out. Downriver came out. The internet came out on Tuesday, and we were packed, and it was really fun. And we had a great mic. Like, I mean, honestly, like, the one thing I hate about open mics is when you're just performing for comedians and like legit when lightning strikes and that happens and you have everybody there and you're just like, God, this is a good time.
That's the best.
And then you see your friends go up and they just kill and you're like, holy shit. I'm like, this was a show.
Yeah.
This was a show, not a bullshit open mic.
Yeah.
And so like we did 2 of those already. We're going to go into the next month. I just confirmed it with him and do 2 of them. And that is really strictly just for fun. Like, truthfully, and to work on my shit.
Yeah.
And we were doing Harv's. Harv's is a lot. I don't have to take anything to Northern Wind, and I'm just kind of helping Brittany out. So if I can't make it, she'll be like, I got it for the night, Harv's, like, I love the place. I love it. It was great. I love the fact that Oliver took over. Because I told him, I was like, you know what? Like, I don't know if I got the time to do this all the time.
Oliver Brown did?
Yeah, and okay. Oliver took over, and now he's doing it every other Wednesday. Like, me and Ophelisa were doing it every other Wednesday. So it's great. So I basically said, like, there's a lot of people. Okay, so newer comics are the people that need to start the open mics and stuff. Like, if we want more mics, if we want more shows, newer comics throwing shows together, like, I don't know why, but it's always ends up like we find new places, we find good places. Like, there's a lot of showrunners that don't really do it anymore, and so I'm like, come on, the ecology of comedy needs to replenish these shows that were here. Like, everything needs to go back to. We gotta get the universe back in order.
I've been talking about this with a handful of comics that I think I'm gonna try to get a mic started out here because there's one night stands every other week, and if I could get another mic, and Charles Hill does that mic, and it starts at like 7:00, so it's a pretty early one. So if I could get a 9:00 start,
that's what I was gonna say.
Then you'd have more of an incentive.
Yeah, if you're not conflicting with a club's mic, I think it's game on, right?
Yeah.
There was a couple have more of a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, comics have more of a reason to come all the way out to Waterford.
Like there's the one thing that I loved about whenever I would get on the Ridley's open mic, I'd go do the Ridley's open mic, and then I could end up at Parts and Labor Bar at the end of the night and do a set there. And so I really liked when you do a club mic, it's always nice to like top it off and go home. So
dude, if I do a club mic, I'm going directly home. I am not gonna fuck it up with a bar spot.
Oh no, I usually feel like I need another win
because when you do a legit club spot, it's like fucking. It's just like you're eating your cake. Yeah, like it's so good.
Oh, and it's a setup for a win. Yeah. It's just always set up for. Then
it's underhand thrown to you.
I'm the bitch that's like, hey, was I really funny or was it just a Ridley's crowd? And then I got to go prove it to myself and go to a bullshit bar in Melvindale and then have Brett Solferino roast me for 5 minutes. So it's fine. That's just. And honestly, I love that part of comedy. I really did like that part of comedy. It's just like it's so much, just so much adrenaline when you do like more than one mic in a night. It's kind of wild.
I do like the hustle of that. You're driving like 100 miles in one night, just going from like bar to bar to bar.
When
I did a mic in Livonia, then I'm going to East Point, then I got to rush to get to Ferndale on time.
I didn't get to do a lot of. I did a show in Austin with with Jason and my friend Ronnie Rohrbeck, and we did a show out in like kind of San Antonio area. And I don't really know. I'm like, I hate fucking Texas.
Really?
Like, I just hated the driving. Like, I was scared to death. I don't know how you all ride the Audubon every day, but this shit is insane.
What do you mean?
And then like there's highways, their GPS. Like, the GPS tells you to get off or stay on, and you're supposed to be getting off. Like, it was very confusing. All of it was like, and just everybody drove so fast. Like, it was just like, I was like, holy shit, this place is. I couldn't drive here. I just had my nerves were on edge.
It sounds like I would love it.
You probably would.
I have like real rage when people go the speed limit.
But like when I went there, I went for a job interview. just because I was just like, fuck it, this job's worth a lot of money, and you know what, I can afford to go down there and do this and stuff, and also I was like, I'm not gonna quit my job. Like, I legit don't even know how I got this offer, so I'm like, I'm not gonna quit my job. So then I flew down there, and so it was basically like for work, and that's what I told them too. I'm like, for work, but I was interested in just seeing how the whole setup was like. Yeah. And the 6th Street is insane. Like, and then like how they tell you, like, on Monday, there's like a bunch of different mics, like, and you sign up. Basically the day that I was there, it was pouring rain, right? So there's not as many people. And we got there you get there really early. I'm like, I don't know how, this is like a whole way of life for people. Every week, these comics, like 4:00 in the afternoon, they're there signing up, you know, or standing in line to sign up for the Mothership open mic. Yeah. So like we did that. You stand in line for the Mothership open mic. And then I signed up for that. I was fortunate to get on that. So I had a quick little warm up 3 minutes, which was fucking cool as shit. And I'll tell you what, that was in the Little Boy. And the Little Boy is the room downstairs. And you have 3 minutes and then you have to leave immediately. Right. And so like, you can't even, nobody's saying like, good job or anything like that. You're just like 3 minutes. There's the door. Go. And so like you head right out. And then I was like going down the stairs, and my friend Genevieve, who I met really early on in comedy, Genevieve Clinton, she works there, and she was sitting on the steps, and we had like a little conversation. I was like, that was fucking cool, you know? And she's like, yeah, it was cool. And she's like, it's pretty fucking cool here, you know? Yeah. And then
there's like 2 other clubs on 6th Street, isn't there?
There's a bunch of there's a bunch of shows like that. So then you go over to Shakespeare's and you sign up for Shakespeare's is the bar next door to the Mothership. You sign up for Kill Tony there, and that's where everybody congregates for Kill Tony, right? So like Shakespeare's normally though has like open mics, and all of these bars, a lot of these bars that are like comedy bars, they all have like shows every night, open mics every night, you know, you name it. So there's a lot going on. There was also the Sunset Strip, which I believe is Brian Redband's club. He advertises it on the show. Okay. That has an open mic too going on. There's all kinds of shit going on. So it's like there's a lot of comedy, but you know, like I didn't see a whole lot of it because, like I said, it was pouring rain. And so, like, after we did that, like, we come back, sign up for Shakespeare's, and then you're just sitting there. And when we were there, the episode that was released was the Netflix episode from the WWE. It was Comedy Mania or whatever the hell they called it. Yeah. So it was Kill Tony, the wrestling one. So we were all watching it, and like, we were getting in. I was getting into it, and then I hear Chris Gerasimo, and I'm like, I fucking know that name. And then I see this long-necked motherfucker walking, and I'm like, hey, that's that Canadian guy I know. I was supposed to roast his ass. I got a whole thing of roast jokes here for Tony if he needs them. Like, I was supposed to roast him in a roast, and he ended up dropping like a couple weeks before. But I seen him, and I was like, oh, cool, Chris is on. And so I like said to Jason, and I was like, hey, I'm like, that guy's from Canada. I know him, you know. Yeah. And then like we're standing there, and we're talking to comics and everything. Everybody's like getting drunk. Everyone's getting drunk. And and then they just said Stephanie Ann, and I was like, what? Like, the fuck? And I was like, excuse me, did it? And Jason's like, they said your name, go. And so I like, you get whisked away. It's really crazy. They take you. Okay, so in the rain, I'm walking down steps, and I'm literally like, I'm gonna fall. Like, I was scared I was gonna fall on Wheelchair Debbie, because Wheelchair Debbie was sitting at the end of the bottom of the stairs. I'm like, why is this bitch in a wheelchair sitting here with no umbrella, you motherfuckers? Somebody push her in. Like, she was the coolest person to meet. Wheelchair Debbie was really fun. There's so many characters, and they're all there. They're there all the time. And so like they whisk you away, and you go next door, and you go in through the back. And it's really close to the door. So like they take your phone and they frisk you, right? So they basically like felt me down and everything. And I'm like so still in shock. And then Heidi's walking around, and you're like, holy fuck she's a Barbie doll, you know? And I'm just like, God, I wish I had her tan too. Like, I mean, like, you're admiring everything. I can never have her body. I want that tan. Like, it was perfect. And then, like, there was another comic, a golden ticket winner, that was standing behind the stage. And the producer says to me, hey, we don't know who Tony's going to call next. It might be you or it might be him. So I was basically like, okay, I could go anytime right now, or I'm going to have to stand here and wait and sit through this guy's bullshit. And that's what I ended up doing, was sitting through his stuff and getting more and more scared and more nervous. And I happened to have a marijuana pen on me in the place that I like to keep it, in my kitty. Had that on me, and I had said to the producer, do you mind if I smoke my pen? So he runs back and gets my fucking purse with all my shit and my phone and everything, you know? And he brings it back and he's like, where is it? And do you want me to get it out for you, or do you want to just get it? And I was like, it's in my tit. He's like, what? He's like, they like felt you. And I go, I don't know, your security's slipping. Yeah. I was like, they must have thought it was my tit. I don't know. But so that was really funny. The guy came out and then they called me up. And I didn't know who was out there. Like, even listening to it from backstage, I couldn't tell who the guests were. And honestly, I don't know comics very well, right? So I was kind of like, I hear Tony. I know who Tony is because I've seen the show before. And I know Brian Redband, and he doesn't talk a lot.
Yeah.
So
he'll chime in with a bad question once every 45 minutes.
Right. But I heard a voice that sounded familiar. And I was like, okay, I'm going to go out there and I'm probably going to know who this is. And it was Ari Shaffir.
Oh, I love Ari.
And I'm like, okay. So I see him and I'm like, okay, he's going to say you're fat. First thing in my head, as soon as I realized it was Ari Shaffir. So like I went up, did my minute, and I prepared that day for my minute. I kind of had it in my head that I was going to do something dirty. I kind of had it in my head I was going to do my throwaway lesbian joke. I kind of had all of it in my head, but I didn't have it all together in the order that I was going to do it. And I never timed it to see if it was a minute. So I ran through it twice, and that was it. And then I did that. But you do the Mothership open mic, and it's 3 minutes, and you're warmed up already. So I was like pretty okay, and I had, a little bit of confidence. So I was nervous as shit, but also like I'm like, I just have to execute this and show everybody that I am a comedian. Like, I need to just do this, right? And it was funny because I was just like, it was very emotional for me because I was like, this is gonna make me quit. Right?
Yeah.
Like, this is going to, not getting embarrassed by everybody in the comedy scene telling you that you suck, right? This is going to be the thing that makes me say, fuck it, I'm not doing this anymore, right? Yeah. And I thought they were going to lambaste me. I really did. And I was just like, you know what? Just go in there with the emotion of being happy to be, you're just happy to be here. Because you could have just came here, signed up, and stood here like 100 million other people do.
Yeah.
And so I just tried to listen. It was hard to hear. It's really hard to hear. But I tried to listen, and then I was just like, just be you. And then when I'm like, they're going to make fun of you for being fat. And Ari said, you need to lose 50 more pounds. And the one thing I know about Ari Shaffir is that Conor McGregor called him a crackhead once. And I was like, I just called him a crackhead too. And then Tony loved it. And then Tony started chanting, crackhead Jew, crackhead Jew. So I was like, this was great. This turned out really good. I mean, like,
how'd the set go?
The set, my minute was pretty good, I think. I think they liked my minute a lot. A lot of people, I got a lot of compliments on my minute from other comedians too. And they were like, we think that, everybody said, if you would have stayed the whole week, because I literally went home the next day. If you would have stayed the whole week, we thought he was going to give you a fucking golden ticket. Just because, like, and I'm like, if he did, he did. If he didn't, I got the joke book. I got it here. I brought it.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, I brought it because I was like, I didn't bring the Diva Cup trophy. I got to bring something. So, like, where is it? I got it in this little bag and everything. It's so cute. And that's the Kill Tony joke. Yeah.
Oh wait. Oh, this is dope. It's like leather bound.
Yeah, no, the guy
That's
that
cool.
makes them, I think his name's on the back. Is it like Boneface or something like that?
Bones Eye.
Something like that. Yeah. It's
dope.
so cool. And he has a whole pile of them sitting there. I mean, like
Yeah.
the whole setup is weird. They're all smoking cigarettes. I was like, I was like, oh, it smells like how my house used to smell.
It brings you home.
Yeah, no, I felt at home, so I was fine.
Dude, that's fucking dope.
But yeah, no, so it was really cool. And like my friends, I just said to Jason and Ronnie, I was like, okay, you guys both have one. Now I have one too. And they were so proud. Like both of them were really proud of me. And like my husband.
That's a big one
yeah.
too. I mean, you did well.
Yeah, no, it was a big thing for me. It gave me my confidence back a little bit because I was like, oh my God, these I'm like, Tony Hinchcliffe is like the most hated human being right now. The week that I went on was the same week the George Floyd joke had, like, everybody was pissed off about the Kevin Hart roast. Oh. So when My Kill Tony came out, more people were talking about that than the show. They were talking about the Kevin Hart roast.
Yeah.
So I'm just like he's like the most hated individual. And like literally I made that guy laugh, and he wasn't hard on, like, he's mean to people. Yeah. Like that's what the show is. They roast everybody. And like he was like, you're a comedian, you know? Yeah. And I'm like, that was cool. I don't need validation. I don't need validation from people, right? But like
when he's a gatekeeper to like the biggest stars in comedy.
And the thing is like,
I'll take validation from that guy.
I'm not gonna hate on anybody, right? But like Chelsea Handler, right? That whole thing, her talking, like she talked a whole bunch of shit about Tony, right? And my whole thing was, I used to love Chelsea Handler. Chelsea lately was my shit back in the day. I watched a lot of her stand up. I really liked her. But for me, I was like, you know what you're not doing? If you're gonna insult somebody like Tony, then do a show like he does. Make a show like him.
Right.
Like, and not Funny AF. Because Funny AF is for people who are already established, right? Yeah. Do a show where you have an open mic like this, and do it in a positive way if you want to change things and you don't want to have roast and meanness and all that. Like, because nobody else is doing it.
That's the thing.
That's a part of the show.
That's the thing, is like these comics who become too Hollywood, they lose what being a comic is. Yeah. And then they want to. They want to talk for the people that are going to clap for them, but like those aren't comedy fans. Yeah. No comedy fan is being like, yes, Chelsea Handler, yes, Mark Maron. Like everyone who's into comedy fucking hates those people. Yeah. Because you're like,
I used to love Mark Maron.
You're like those two are like toxically accepting, but you're actually like being a gatekeeper and being.
My whole thing too is just like, you don't have to go out of your way to be mean to people. Like you don't need to. I don't need to sit there and say like, I don't really. Who's somebody I don't care? I can't say who. I can't think of anybody I don't care for. But if I don't care for somebody, I mean, like I've already been there, done that. Somebody talked shit about me, and I slid in the DMs and I confronted him. What good was that bullshit? Yeah. Right. Like what good was that? It's not. So I feel like talking negatively is just like. You're putting yourself in the situation where you're like, I'm putting myself into the drama when you don't need to. Yeah. There was already drama. People were already upset about it.
It makes me so angry to watch these fellow comedians bash somebody for a joke. Like that drives me so fucking crazy. Like that's a hill I'll die on. Like I don't care what the fuck someone joked about. Yeah. You like if you're a comic and you're dragging another comic's name in the mud to try to elevate yourself. Oh, that wasn't okay. That wasn't okay. Yeah. What the fuck are you doing? Like you're a comic. You're supposed to be like, it's supposed to be the joke over everything.
So like for a while there, I was trying to do like real life stories online, right? TikTok and stuff. And I was like, I have a lot of fucked up family stories, and I was legit just telling them, right? And then like my family got really, like I don't talk to any of my family, my mom's family anymore. Like we don't talk anymore, and they all hate me and they don't like it because of one video I put out that wasn't even true. It was just a joke, like, but I guess there was a little bit of truth or whatever, so they were pissed off about it. But my whole thing is like, I ended up learning how to take my personal experiences, but turn them into funny for all and not be specific and not like I said before we started, I was like, I don't really talk about my family. Like, I don't really talk about my family and jokes. Like, I can mention them and things, but like, I'm not sitting there and being like, hey, you want to hear about the time so-and-so shit their pants? Like, no, I'm not doing that. So I think that you can
also,
write,
yes, I do.
you can write about an experience, but you don't need to be specific. And especially when there's something that is like personal and you're talking about it and they know who you're talking about. If you're, like talking about another comedian or talking about your husband or whatever. And there's like, and it doesn't feel like this is
the right intention.
Yeah. Like it doesn't feel like this is this is too mean spirited maybe.
Yeah.
Like this is like hurt coming out. And when humor can't come from pure hurt, right?
Yeah.
Humor can't come from pure hurt. Humor has to come from living through the hurt.
Yeah, James. Do you know James River?
Yes.
James River kind of changed my perspective on that. I don't know if we were talking about it on the podcast or maybe privately, but he was talking about like doing comedy shouldn't be your therapy. And there's
comedy isn't therapy.
And a lot of people go up there and they're like, they want to bitch about their exes, which I'm guilty of doing that, or going up there and trying to like, instead of a therapist, I'll do this. Yeah. And you're like, dude, is your intention to be funny here, or is your intention to like get this off your chest? Because like
for the longest, I felt like in the beginning, comedy was therapy for me, and I said all of it. I didn't care, and Ben didn't care. He was like, "You can tell it all as long as it's funny."
Yeah,
I mean, I got a 3 million viewed video telling people, like, "Hey, this is for my husband's girlfriend only. You're gonna have to shave his ass." He gets dingleberries, you're gonna have to shave his ass. And that got so many views and it was wild, and he loved it. And then like he's like, my girlfriend broke up with me. Not about it though, it was something else. But it was just funny because it's like, we're separated and everything, and so it's like we're cool with each other having somebody else. So it's like we're but it was funny because he's like, yeah, I'm gonna have to make sure that any person I ever think about talking to is gonna have to know that I was married to the Downriver Diva. And I'm like, yeah, probably. Yeah. So, but yeah, like comedy was therapy in the beginning for me, and that's not right. That's not good. Don't do that. Yeah.
Yeah. Like it can be therapeutic, but it shouldn't be the subject.
The writing itself can be therapeutic.
Yeah.
And I think like finding a way to channel the energy into something that's positive and hilarious.
Yeah.
Like there's so many things that are like quirks that people have, things like that. And it's like, if you can take, like, if you want to talk about something funny that your grandma did, right? I always do. My grandma was really crazy. She was like, you have such a pretty face, that kind of woman. But like, if I want to talk about something about my grandma, I can say something like that because she's dead. But like I literally, like, I can talk about her, but I don't have to do it and be like, yeah, and also she's a real cunt to my cousin, you know what I mean? Or like I don't have to like throw on, and I think that a lot of people get that twisted where they throw things in and they throw things on because it's coming from a place of anger, and that's where mine always came from in the beginning. Like, I talked about us not like being together in one of my first sets, and I made fun of him and I made fun of a lot of shit, and I still do, right? But it's like all stuff that I have, passed by him, and he's okayed throughout the years. But like in the beginning when I was trying to figure these things out and I was using this as therapy, I was like just lambasting him.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, and sometimes I was really mean to a lot of people, and it's like now I look at it and I'm like, the mean-spiritedness isn't crazy funny. It's only funny when it's done right.
Yeah.
And that's how I feel about it now.
Yeah.
So
for attacking, if you're attacking someone's character on stage, you have to be like really careful about the balance of like trying to make sure that the audience understands like, hey, I'm flawed too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because like you'll lose the audience so quick if they're like, well, you're fucking like we're only hearing one side of this. This is kind of right. This is uncomfortable. You know?
Like I love roast shows, and I like making fun of myself when I'm roasting someone else. So like one time we did a roast for Ned Rice, and it there was a couple people on it, and Matt Yari was on it, and I was like, Matt fucking Yari, always looking like he's got somewhere else to be, you know, like I'm just like roasting everybody and saying all these things and stuff. And like, and Matt was like, I think that like somebody said to me, they were like, you were funny as fuck when you said that about Matt, because he always does look like he has somewhere more important to be. But like, you weren't mean about it.
Yeah.
And that was like, after that, I was like, okay, let's start like thinking about how we can roast people and also not be such a bitch about it, you know?
Yeah.
So, but I mean, like, and like I said, the roasting stuff is therapy. The roasting stuff isn't therapy. None of this shit is therapy. Therapy is therapy.
Right.
And you need to go see a professional sometimes.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if you do comedy, because you know what? I've never met more mentally ill people in my life.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I was like laughing because I was like, you were the one that was mentally ill. And then you got into comedy. You're like, oh, I ain't so bad. I just got a substance abuse issue.
Right. I've been joking about that. Like, it's like going to misfit church. Like,
Yeah.
you meet these like 40, 50, working comics in Metro Detroit. And it's like, we'll just like run into each other all over the place.
And
it's like, oh, it's misfit church.
And some people I really like. Some people I do enjoy. A couple folks that are just like, have always been like just the coolest and nicest people. And the dudes that I'm friends with are always dudes that have just been like, hey, do you need somebody to walk you out to your car? Like always the guys that have been gentlemen, you know, like I haven't had too many people that have been complete assholes to me, but there's people that like, you're like, I just don't, I don't really deal with you anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
Well, I mean, I don't remember who was saying this to me, but like, they were saying like, comedy is so subjective. Like, I like death metal and I like R&B and you like rap or whatever. But like, I feel like the characters that do all these different versions of this art it's kind of the same thing where you're like, yeah, I just don't jive with that guy. Like, I don't know. And
then there's the thing that I love the most about I love the most about the drama of it is the funniest thing for me is now reading when people are like spouting off on Facebook about like stealing jokes and shit like that. And I'm just like, your joke is the same as Tiffany Haddish's joke, dude. Like it's not, is not your original thing. Like a lot of people, and that's what I'm saying. Like all of this is interpretation. Like it's all like your interpretation of what the premise is. And like, I mean, like I'm no fucking expert at all this shit. I don't even know the whole technicality. I mean, like I said, I sat through 3 fucking classes, right? Ridley's, Mike Green's class, Mike Larry's class. Yeah, I was the white girl in the black class, right? I did all of these classes. I'm no expert at. I don't even know how you write a joke. Like I don't follow that because I'm like I'm gonna tell about my life and the things that are funny to me, and that's just how I've always been with this. Like I was a book kid in school, but I was more of like the personality kid. So I'm like I don't do well with the whole like technicality of stand-up comedy. I don't like joke writers.
I did see I saw one of our local comics went on a rant about their stuff getting stolen.
There's so many people that do.
When I read it, I was like, dude, everything you tell is a premise that's been beaten to death. Like,
yes.
No one's stealing your shit. You're basically telling street jokes.
Yeah.
Like you might as well be talking fucking knock knock.
Yeah.
Aren't you glad I didn't say banana? Or
There's,
like fucking you.
I can't think of what I think it's Amy Beth Berry. I follow her. She was a Texas comic, and she is doing a whole like dissertation of some sort about stand-up comedy, the male stand-up comics in Austin, and she has this whole thing on her Instagram. Let me find her.
Is she the one that's been like?
Yes.
Roasting dudes for like being problematic.
Yes. And then like she's basically pointing out like she'll be like, okay, at this mic there were 17 dudes did Tinder jokes. This week 57 men told a joke about like bitches ain't shit, basically. Like
Yeah.
it was all like certain topics.
That's hilarious.
And she did a whole thing on it. And I guess she's like writing like some kind of here it is.
Can you give me
Amy,
a
yeah,
water?
Amy Beth Berry is her Instagram, and she has this whole is an article right here. I attended 13 Austin comedy shows, open mics, and took notes on what girls joked about at all of them. And then she's like, and also
Thank you.
what boys joked about.
Yeah.
And so she has a whole thing. Like I said, Amy Beth
Always
Berry,
dick
like,
jokes.
pretty funny to read. And it's honestly like if you have frustration and you're like, I see the same shit over and over and over again, that's what I think that's where she's going with it. But yeah, like I think that a lot of people have parallel thinking a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely. I think that a lot of people see memes and they remember the meme subconsciously and then they think that that's theirs. That happens a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been guilty. Like, I mean, my lesbian joke I did on Kill Tony, that's my opener. It's been my opener for years. Like I was in a 22-year lesbian relationship, not with a female, with a man who's a real bitch. That's my killer opener. I love it. It's my baby, but it's not mine. It's a fucking joke that other people have told, right? My husband used to say, I'm a lesbian. Like, I love to eat pussy. I'm a lesbian.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that was his joke. So when I started writing stuff, I was like, I'm going to make this joke. Because it's like, no, you're a real bitch. I always said it under my breath, right?
Yeah.
So,
There's a...
but it's not mine.
when you know what I hate is when people I don't really like at work find out that I do comedy. Oh my God, it drives me nuts. And then these guys on in the trades, they all say the same like 5 jokes. Like everyone, oh, it looks like a monkey fucking a football.
Tell me a joke if you're a comic.
Oh,
Right.
yeah, dude, that drives me nuts. But like, oh my God, there's this one fucking moron that I work with. I can't stand him. I've been spreading rumors about him because I'm an asshole. It's so
No,
fun.
I'm down for that.
I love
for real.
dude. He
As you're over here
Every
talking
time-
about not being mean.
You want me to call him
No,
and
no,
tell
I
him
hate
his
this.
AIDS
I
test
fucking-
came in positive? Because I
fucking-
will do
hilarious. I fucking hate this guy. And for not even a good reason, he's just kind of like not funny at all. And
Right.
it pisses me off that he thinks he's a funny guy.
it. Yeah.
He'll say something that's like cute. Like not even like remotely a joke. He'll say something that's like, "Oh, that was cute," and he'd be like, "You should use that in your skit." I'm like, "You should kill yourself." But he's got no hair at all. Like no eyelashes, no beard, no hair at all.
Alopecia up in this piece.
I've been spreading so many different rumors about him. Like I was like, I started a rumor that he found out he was going to get a hair follicle drug test, so he's been shaving because he's a drug addict.
I would just say he lost all his hair on Epstein's Island.
I've been telling people that he's going through chemo. And like, dude, I'm waiting for these rumors to come back to me. Like, dude, what the fuck? You've been telling people you've been telling people that I'm a swimmer, and that's why I have no hair. It's because I'm really big into swimming.
I need to be aerodynamic in the water. Oh my God, I need to glide like a seal.
I hate this guy.
So,
But every time he says something fucking cute,
have any of them seen you?
yeah.
Okay.
Why?
I had that happen on accident. My boss was a little buzzed, and him and his girlfriend were walking down Biddle and Wyandotte, happened to walk into an open mic that I was at. And I was about to go up, and he was like, "Hey." But here's the other part of it. Earlier in the day, at like 10 o'clock in the morning, I like almost shit my pants. So I had to leave work that day. Alcohol shits. I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
Right? Like, so yeah, big time alcohol shits. So I leave work. I just say, fuck it, I'm leaving. And he's like, yeah, fine, go ahead, go home. I go home, I get it on my system, and I start drinking again. And my friend's like, let's go to open mic. So I go, pick me up, let's go. And there he is. There's my boss. And there's me with like 2 White Claws down and already kind of hammered, right? And so like he's like, all right, oh, you feeling better? I'm like, yes. And then there's this comic that hates me. And I don't, like, honestly, I don't even know why. It's been a thing since the beginning. He's always been a dick to me. Found out his mom's name is my name, so I think that he hates his mom, I guess. I don't know. But like,
Is he a big fat guy?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't know what he looks like now. Actually, he
was
could be a big fat guy,
I was gonna speculate.
and I don't know. But anyway, so he like proceeds to go up and just talk shit about me and my boss and he's like, so what kind of employee is Stephanie? And he's like, exemplary. Like my boss just was like, she's great. I
Yeah.
love her. She's been there for 20 years. like, and just kept shooting him down. And I was like, all right. Then I had to get up and talk about my pussy in front of my boss.
That's
so
hilarious.
It was great. Yeah, it was a good time. But it was funny, and we never really talked about it briefly, like the day after, but we never really talked about it after that. And I kind of have kept everything on the low about like the internet, but now everything is like, now all their friends know.
Yeah.
So it's like half of Downriver's following me, and now all their friends know. So now they're like, "Hey, heard about your videos." And I'm like, "I made all of you not on my Facebook friends anymore list. Like, I got rid of you guys because I didn't want anybody to like watch my shit."
Right.
You know. So I had to do a little explaining of that. I'm like, I didn't want anybody to interpret something wrong. And then like I schedule videos at certain times. Like I film everything at like 4 a.m. I'm not kidding. Like I wake up at 4 a.m. every day now. This is my sober stuff thing. I wake up at 4 a.m. I do videos until about 6. I get ready for work. I leave at 7:30. And I take those videos, and that could be like 2 seconds. Just this, like, hey, these nuts. I mean, like it could be just a 2-second video, and then I post them. I schedule them throughout the day. You know, like I'll have one at like lunch or whatever, and just random times. Like I try to fuck with the algorithm and see what happens.
Yeah.
And hey, I fucked around and found out it's doing well. Like I'm like, it's doing great. But that is the one thing I was like, oh, my boss probably thinks that I'm like always posting videos at work.
I had somebody at work ask me why I'm always posting shit at work. I go, do you think I'm posting
right here doing this?
Do you
right
think
now?
I'm posting like 3 clips a day every day manually?
Yeah.
Do you think that's how that works?
Yeah.
Have you ever used a computer?
Right.
Like, are you fucking kidding me right now? Like, no, dude.
I didn't know about it at first, and then I was like, "Oh shit, this is like the secret." You know?
Oh yeah. I'm not posting. I have like 1,500 videos on Instagram. You think I've done that manually? Like, fuck no, dude.
Yeah, no, I get it. Like, that's what I mean, like I used to do. I never took them down either. I think a lot of them are still up, but I used to do really drunk videos. I mean, like I can see it in my eyes. It's so bad, but I keep them on there because it's like, okay, one, I want to remind myself. And I do that sometimes. And then 2, people still, some of them are really funny. I mean, I'm not kidding. Some of them are really funny. And I'm just like, you know what? Fuck it. Leave it on there.
Dude, I posted one. I was like damn near blacked out drunk.
Yeah.
And I was scrolling through Instagram. I think Paige had gone to bed, and it was like the end of the night. So I was like sitting in our basement bar, just like scrolling and like maybe having 1 or 2 more before I go to bed.
Yeah.
And I came across my algorithm became like nothing but AI generated podcasts.
Yeah.
And it was like, it's all these like handsome 55-year-old black men with perfect teeth, perfect jaw lines, but they're AI generated. And they all say these like pandering ass things like, the woman who had to pay her way isn't relying on you. What you forgot is that woman doesn't feel valued. Like, it's like this pandering bullshit where like some boomer chick is like, finally someone gets it. And so like I recorded a video about this. Like, who the fuck is listening to an AI generated podcast?
Right.
Like, it's got like this clip has like 40,000 likes. I'm like, that makes me so pissed. Like, there's real people who are really trying to like be, you know, to do podcasting and do comedy, and you're watching a computer talk, you know, whatever. And
I've been going after the people who make the posts on Facebook so that they can make money off of them, like on all the like group pages. So like we have people that will do AI generated posts on like Downriver and Friends group, and they just do it so that people will, because they know like 800 people will comment if they say something about like, hey, are you tired of paying taxes? Like, it's shit like that. Like, it's all clickbait and rage bait, basically. And they're making money off. And like, I kind of said it the other day. I was like, hey, these people are making money off of you, just so you know, like you're buying into it.
Right.
And people aren't aware. Like, I mean, you make money off Facebook if you monetize. Like, you can make money.
Right.
And so like people aren't aware. And it's just funny when I see that kind of shit. The things that hit are really weird because it's like the downriver-esque stuff. Like I've been trying to do Michigan stuff too. Like I'm trying to like, you know, because it's like, this is where we're from. Right. But like, man, I love documentaries and shit like that. And I try to do some about like, I love the crash was amazing. Mm-hmm. I loved, what's the pregnancy one?
Oh,
I
dude.
can't think. Marital instincts or something like
Maternal
maternal instincts. Yeah, I'm like marital.
I think that's what it
one where
was.
she was lying about being
She was lying
pregnant.
about being pregnant.
Dude,
She
that
killed
one
the
was
pregnant lady. Is fucked up.
crazy.
Dude, I don't know how that big gumpy motherfucker didn't know she wasn't pregnant. I'm like, how you not know your wife's pregnant?
Yeah.
Like, not pregnant.
I think he's dumb.
Yeah, oh, God.
Some people were saying, like, speculating that he was
He was
cognitively
probably
impaired.
in on it, too. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's an idiot. Yeah.
I didn't think that as I was like that he was.
So, like, that shit was awesome. And then I watched the one recently, the Toxic Love Story. I just watched that one. That one I recommend.
I haven't seen that one yet.
That
is
one's
the
very.
cop?
That one is he's like he's a
Oh,
U.S.
Marshal?
Marshal.
Oh yeah, we did watch that
Yeah.
one.
You
the
watched
US
it.
Marshal.
I fell asleep.
And the girlfriend, he's blaming it all on the ex-girlfriend because he wants her out of the. He wants to put her away so he can get the condo for himself.
I literally called that.
Called it in the beginning.
I did. I
was
swear
like,
to God. We were like 2 minutes into it, and I ended up falling asleep like
Spoiler alert.
for the last like half hour. But like 2 or 3 minutes into the
Yeah.
the documentary, I was like, he wants her out of the condo.
Yeah.
He wants to keep the condo. So
Yeah.
and I was like, every single time something happens, she gets an email right
Yes.
away.
Yes.
I'm like, there's no fucking way. This is
Yes.
not, this makes no sense. I was
The
like, I
whole time.
guarantee like she has no idea what's happening. So I fell asleep, and when I woke up, I was like, so what happened? Was I right? And she's like, no. And then she explained it. I was like, that's exactly what the fuck I said was going to happen. What do you mean?
By the way, sidebar, the best friend. Yeah, that bitch was in love with him.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
And she's like, I was never in love with him.
It's
Yeah,
like,
of
no,
course.
if y'all are that close, like,
Yeah.
and he's just getting with the skinny bitch, like, okay, that's what's up,
Yeah.
all right? You're in love with
Anytime
him.
there's a best friend
the duff.
involved, you know who I'm talking to.
Oh.
Anytime there's a best friend, you're fucking.
So, the one that I'm really into, and I just watched it. I watched it a couple of times. Is Big Girls Wanted. It's on HBO and Hulu, and it is all about Paradise, which is a body positive place on TikTok. It's this dude, this weird ass German dude, Stefan, right? And he's loves big women, 500 plus, right? And he's like, hey, during the pandemic, come over. You can swim, body positivity in my pool. He's got this $1 million house in Vegas, right? So he has all these bitches over. He's filming them all for content, whatever. And then they're like, everything's great. This is friendship, love. We're girl power. You know what I mean?
All this
And
fake
then the dark
positivity.
shit happens. And then you find out that Stefan is into feederism. And he's feeding these bitches to gain more weight.
You gonna
Right?
tell your story?
I went on a date with somebody once, and
A feeder? Oh, fuck.
I didn't know.
Oh, shit.
I had no idea, and like, it was somebody that I met on one of the dating apps or whatever, and he had been like messaging me, and it was like around Thanksgiving time or something, and he's like, oh, you had a bunch of leftovers, like, did you eat them all? And I was like, no, like, I ate what I wanted to, like, not
thinking.
I had
would
never
think.
even heard of this.
Right.
So then, like, I didn't dawn on me, whatever. We go out on our date, and we went to dinner, and he's like, oh, are you going to eat all your fries? And I was like, no, I'm full. Like, I'm good. And then he like tells me like, oh, I have a fetish, but I'm not drunk enough to tell you yet. And I'm like, well, now I need to know.
This is great.
Like, I need to know what this guy's fetish is. So I'm like, I'm going to hang out for a little bit longer, get him drunk and see what he tells me. And then finally later on, he's like, yeah, I like to like tie women up and feed them and just watch their stomachs like get bigger. Wow. And so then I'm like fascinated. So I'm like,
wow. No, me too.
I'm like, so like, how big do you want women to get? Mm-hmm. And he was like, well, like 250, like not crazy, like nothing big, like not
medium thick.
Yeah. And I was
thick.
like, so what happens when they hit 250? Like, you just stop feeding
They're
them?
completed.
Like what?
Right.
He's like, well, I would probably just like break up and like move on. So someone else. And I was like, what?
He's accomplished the goal. Yeah. And then she's like, I got to get on Ozempic now.
Right.
Yeah, no. And honestly, it was funny because I'm watching this documentary and like one of the girls like literally ate to death. She was so into selling her shit on OnlyFans that and like she was doing feederism, but also is very like when you're that big. It is. I don't care what Tess Holiday says. Fucking A. You got something going on with your body.
Yeah,
you cannot be that heavy and not have some kind of issue at all. And like that's what like I'm all for body positivity. I've been a fat bitch my whole life, right? I am like all for like I think it's great that I could buy clothes. You know, in the second half of my life, I've been able to buy clothes. First half of my life, plus size clothes did not really exist unless you wanted to look like a golden girl. Okay.
Right.
So, I mean, like I literally wore a dress that my grandma wore to a funeral to my prom. Like I literally wore the same dress. So, I mean, like it's like I'm all about it. But the thing is like this poor girl, you're watching her and she's beautiful too. Right. Like the girl that they mentioned that passed away. They have all kinds of footage. She was his girlfriend for a long time. And she had other mental health issues. She tried to kill herself and stuff too before. Like there was a lot of issues. But she was beautiful, gorgeous girl. And just like you could hear in her voice like how hard it was for her just to breathe. Right. And then you see this guy and he's just like, we love food. We love food in the whole house. We cook for each other. Everything is great. We love this place. The girls, they love it. We all love. And then when the lights go down, somebody comes into my bedroom and then I try to feed them until I fuck them. Like that's
Jesus
literally
Christ.
what it is. And so like I was watching this and then I had a nightmare that I was being fed by a feeder. And that they wouldn't let me stop eating. And I was just like, and I got fat again, but it took a long time.
Yeah.
You know what the crazy part about this date that I went on is that I went over to his house and
you ended up going to
I needed to know
you really
how it ended.
Dude, you're investigation
yeah, that was probably the closest I've
you?
ever been to being murdered, maybe.
Investigation Discovery. You got the ID channel.
He had no food in his house. He only had protein shakes. So I'm like,
okay.
So you weren't planning. You were just gonna give me some protein shakes.
When we first started dating, she was telling me this story, and first of all, I was like, I don't want to hear this shit. But then she's like, well, no, hold on. The point is, he didn't even have any good snacks.
I'm like, well, where's the snacks?
The whole time she's
you're gonna feed me until I'm 250. You gotta get
the whole time she's telling me this story,
jelly or something.
I'm like, the whole time she's telling me this story, I'm like, first of all, I don't want to fucking hear this, but like, but also I was like. We had like just started dating, and I was thinking, how dumb is she? Like, was she trying to get fucking murdered?
Yeah, no.
You went home with this guy? The fuck?
And then of course I was like, I have too much to drink, so well, hanging out for a while.
Yeah.
So.
No, I literally like I'm one of those people that I would always like get into the drunk conversation. I'm a Cancer, right? So like I would get into and Cancers, everybody thinks you're their therapist. So I would get into like drunk conversations with people that I just met. And I literally knew about their molestation. I knew about like their entire backstory. Like every single personal thing about them. I got every trauma, every issue. I know that they don't like their cousin Ted. Like I know everything, you know, and that's
Fuck
what.
Ted.
Yeah, no, he's a fucking bastard. But like literally, it's just everybody always tells you everything, and I like literally was everybody's counselor for a while. But yeah, no, like the Cancer thing, and then like I said, everybody says everything, and then you just like basically are like on your own when it comes to you. Nobody ever.
I feel like people do that with me a lot too. Like all this, like everybody will tell me things that I'm like, oh, I don't. You trust me with this information?
And I've been in your situation so many. Women get put in a situation so many times where you're like, okay, I'm just gonna go with the flow. Right? Like now you're looking at it. I think in the moment you probably are like, okay, well, let's just go with this. Like figure it out. But like now that you look back to you're like, this is dangerous.
Yeah.
Like, yes.
Like what? Yeah. In that moment, I was like, oh, everything's fine.
Yeah.
He's a nice enough guy. And I'm just like,
yeah, no. I mean, like I've had a lot of moments like that. I'm like, that's just like, I was like, whoa, that really wasn't okay. Like that.
Also,
just happened?
the house, like the kitchen was set up like a 50s diner.
Really?
That's how it was decorated. And then
what this guy look like?
I
just like imagine like
skinny white guy.
Oh, he was skinny.
Yeah.
Very skinny.
Yeah.
I wonder if he was fat before.
Oh, I don't know.
I
don't know.
wonder about that. Yeah. Whenever these people are feeders, I'm like, did you lose a shit ton of weight, and is that why you want to watch somebody blow up?
fetishizing
Yeah.
eating
You're
like that again.
fetishizing what you want. Yeah.
He
Did you
also
say fetishizing?
Fetishizing.
Fetish.
Fetishizing.
Fetishizing.
Sometimes I talk like this.
Give her a little schmack.
Mm-hmm.
You remember that video?
Yeah. No, what was the fucking gopher on Winnie the Pooh? That's what I'm thinking of. Like,
Oh,
He always, like,
I
doing
was
that.
thinking Sean Connery telling
Oh, yeah, Sean.
Barbara Walters that, yeah, you give him a little schmack.
Yes. No, I know that. Fuck. I love that shit. I love that.
Jesus Christ.
But yeah, like it's just really funny. Like all of this shit is so like I look at my life right now and I'm just like, this is so comical. Like my grandma Maggie, she was like my guiding force in my life. Like literally Grandma Maggie came to me in my dream and told me like, you need to go down to Texas. Like my grandma. And I was like, fuck, am I going to get this job? Or am I, cause she was a gypsy. They're Hungarians. And I mean, like, we weren't like gypsy, like roaming around, but we're like, really opulent with gaudy shit. Like we love costume jewelry. We love like fucking bright colors. We love to be flashy. That's just how we are.
Yeah.
And so like my grandma Maggie, my dad's mom, and my grandma Pat, my mom's mom, they were both really big guiding forces for me in my life. And like, I still to this day, like, I don't believe in ghosts, but I always feel their spirit. Right. And so like whenever I have a hard time being a badass, I just am like, what would Pat do? Pat would return her dirty fork at $150 a plate restaurant and tell them that this place is fucking dirty. That's what Pat would do. What would my grandma Maggie do? My grandma Maggie would be like, bless their heart. And she would, and that's her fuck you, and they both were amazing people. And like, honestly, like I learned a lot from them, from my mom. Me and my mom were estranged for 6 years, all during the beginning of comedy. And after I got sober, like right before I got sober, we started reconnecting. And like we have a good relationship now. And like I thought she was gonna hate this. Like I said, like everybody seems to not like it in my family. Like
Doing comedy?
Yeah. And I thought she was gonna hate it. And she's very supportive. Like she loves the videos. She was on one of my videos the other day and she was like, Stephanie, you're talking about the Sears Plaza. Like I'm talking about strip malls. And I'm talking about places that have been around down. Like I literally, that's all I'm doing. I'm like, I drive by a place and I'm like, oh my God, that place has been here forever. Let's talk about it, you know? Or, oh, remember when there was the Modern Exchange and we used to go watch metal shows there?
Yeah.
Like, and it was just like $5 and down the street. So like that kind of thing. People love reminiscing, like old people love reminiscing, and people love to tell you their story of it. So it's like I'll sit there and talk about Southland Mall and I'll tell what was exclusive to me, and then these people are like, "Oh, well, you forgot Sam Goody." Oh, you forgot the Suncoast Movie Company.
Yeah.
Like you forgot to talk about this place or that place.
Do you know what people love talk? We had a clip go, I don't want to say viral, but like we had a big clip pretty early in our podcast.
Anytime you get a lot of clips, honestly, be proud of it.
Yeah.
Because people always like kind of gave me shit for acting like, hey, this is great, or 11,000. It's just 11,000, but still, this is effort and work that I did.
One of the ones that we got a lot on was we were talking about Gibraltar Trade Center.
Oh fuck yeah! No, I got a ton of them.
And we had jokingly created this format like, oh, you can go to Gibraltar Trade Center and name 3 things.
Yeah.
Like you can get a sword, a samurai sword, a dirt bike, and a dog.
Oh, I fucking love it. No, it's the best.
So
you can get a tattoo.
Dude, our
my
comment
quinceanera dress. No, I'm just kidding. I am not even Mexican. Actually, my communion dress was from there.
So, yeah. Dude, I fucking love Gibraltar Trade Center. That was the shit. Me and my brother came up with a scavenger hunt, and so I had to find a sheriff's badge and he had to find a Buddha, and we both did, and I found a real one.
My favorite thing about Gibraltar Trade Center was when you could go to this place that sold the movies that they were releasing on Tuesday. They sold them on the weekend before. So I was a big Family Guy. I was a big animation person. Like I loved Adult Swim. I was obsessed with Adult Swim because I just listened to it at night and I just really liked cartoons and shit. Yeah. So like when they canceled Family Guy way back in the day, they canceled Family Guy, like I can't remember when, but they started playing it on Adult Swim like a few months after. And I was like, oh fuck, we're going to bring this shit back. Because I was writing letters. Like, me and Ben were writing letters, like, to Fox, just being like, Family Guy is a really good show. You should bring it back.
Yeah.
I did this shit with Party of Five, too. I'm not going to lie. But Party of Five fucking sucks. Okay, so I was like, I just wanted Scott Wolf and oh god, I can't even think of his name.
You wanted closure.
Who's the guy that played Jack on Lost? I don't know what his name is, but he was on Party of Five, and I was so in love with that guy.
Yeah.
And like now he's
handsome son of a bitch.
Yeah, he's I can't think Jack from Lost. Anyway, so like I was obsessed with Family Guy, and like that was my first like joke was I took credit for it coming back on Fox. Like, and everybody kind of believed me. I was like, I wrote so many letters. I wrote like 3 and sent them all in the same envelope. I was like, I'm cheap.
Dude, I that was how me and my little brother, he's 10 months younger than me. My brother grew up. We watched.
You're a twin?
No, he's 10 months younger than me.
Oh, months. Oh, you were Irish twin. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We would watch Adult Swim, and so we would always stay up to watch Family Guy and American Dad, and then maybe we'd like try to get through Robot Chicken, which we fucking hated, to get to like whatever Ghost, that like fake talk show with and then like
Space Ghost Coast to Coast.
Yeah, Space Ghost,
Yeah.
and then what was the 2020 the oh god damn it the Sea Show.
Oh yeah. Oh, Sea Lab.
Sea Lab 2020.
Yeah. Sea Lab was fun.
Yeah.
And then like what was the other one? There was one that was there was
like the John C. Reilly show at one point.
Yeah, when they started doing the live action stuff, it kind of got interesting, and like Murder Fist got in the mix, and like some of the Murder Fist guys.
Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Yeah, well, no, some of the Murder Fist guys were doing like they did that In Hell show, like with the devils. The guys were all devils. There's one guy, Henry Zabrowski, right? Okay, love him, comedian. Basically, how I started podcasting was listening to Last Podcast on the Left.
Oh, really?
And that's Henry Zabrowski. It was Ben Kissel at the time. I don't know who's on it now. And then another guy. And I just thought that they were hilarious.
Yeah.
And I loved their dynamic, and I wanted to do that. And so that's like why I got into podcasting was like I was listening to that and My Favorite Murder because, you know, I am that bitch. And like it was, I was like, I want to do this. So like when my husband got really depressed right before COVID, a year before COVID. And I just bought him all the equipment. Like I was just like, we're going to buy this and you can do a podcast. So like him and his brother started a podcast. And then like I started doing a podcast. We were always podcasting. We were just having fun doing that when the kids were asleep or whatever. And like it all started because I was like, these guys are just sitting in a room somewhere and they're making this, and it's making me laugh. And I'm in Detroit, and they're in New York, and then they're in LA, and I'm in Detroit. You know what I mean? Like it's just like I was like, you can touch anybody with your humor, with what information you have. So like when I started doing She Unit, I really wrote out like, okay, we're gonna talk about Britney Spears today. You know what I mean? We're talking about Free Britney, and then I do research. I had all this research. Like I just really was into it so bad. And then like all of a sudden, like after you do it for so long, I was kind of just like, okay, I got to focus on something else. So I just focused on comedy more and trying.
Is he still doing his podcast?
No, actually we have a whole roadcaster system like sitting in my basement right now. He keeps saying to me, he's like, are we going to do another one? Are we going to do another one? And I'm like, well, you can't really just do audio anymore. Yeah. You know? So I tried doing it last year for a minute, and I just was like, you know what? I don't have the time for this anymore. It's really hard. Yeah. Especially with my son. Like it's really hard. And, that's why I do the videos, because it's within the allowed amount of time, right? You know, and it's also just
this is time consuming as fuck. I mean, this is like a full-time job on top of comedy and my real job.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's why I was like, it's so hard unless you have help too. Like honestly, like I mean, Ben would edit for me. And he would upload it and everything, but like I'm sitting there like, and this was before AI, and so like now I'm like captioning in AI all the time, like 'cause I hate writing captions. I was laughing because I was yearbook editor for 2 years in high school, right? And I was on it for 3, and I remember they really liked that I could write a caption, right? Well, I couldn't write shit. I can AI can write a caption, especially if you're like, "Hey, make it go viral." And it's so funny because sometimes it does. You're like, "Oh, lightning caught," you know.
Yeah.
And you're like, "Yes, okay."
Yeah, there's some times where I'll use the AI prompts for captioning on the video, and then I'm like, I don't like that. I wouldn't have wrote
Oh
that.
yeah, no, I change them all the time, but it's like it's an idea.
But that'll be the one that like pops, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
all right, I guess I gotta let it make me uncomfortable and just use that
Yeah.
use that thing that I wouldn't have said.
Yeah, no, it's like an assistant. You know what I mean? Like it's a necessary assistant. Like I write all my kids' emails, all the doctor's emails. Like I literally like I'm like I need to know what time and date. Can you write this email and find out? You know, or is he suspended? Because I fucking need to know. Just write that. Very professional for me because that's literally what I want to say to this bitch. Then it says it. It does it. It's like, okay, don't cuss at her.
I have to do that sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
I use it to text my ex if we're talking about.
I used it to text him once.
Yeah, and I called her out immediately, and I was like, I stormed around the corner. I go, don't fucking do that to me. She's like, what? I'm like, don't do that to me. She's like, well, you're sensitive about money issues. I'm like, it's me. Don't do that to me. But I do it to my ex.
In comedy drama, one of the funniest things was there was this drama, like one chick like did something crazy at the Independent, and it was like a whole like Facebook drama thing and everything, and like she wrote an apology, and then I just remember like Joe Awesome was like, this says it's AI detected the apology. And I was just like, oh god, it's so funny.
Oh man, was that the situation where there was
the flag at the Independent? It was really funny though. He was like, this is AI generated. That's what my stuff is telling me.
I remember hearing a story about somebody like creating fake text message screenshots. Was that thing?
Oh, really? No. I haven't heard about that. Literally I'm out of the loop. Yeah. There's been but like there was so much drama, like, and I used to talk about it all the time, but is like on my podcast and stuff, I just bring it up. I'd be like, okay, let's talk about you almost getting tased. Let's talk about, like, I'd be like, Pauly, tell me about this. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, or whatever. We would talk about, you just talk about everything. And then it's just like, literally, like a lot of these times, I kind of felt uncomfortable because like people do feel like scared sometimes when these wild things happen. If there's a fight or if people just get in each other's faces, like you never realize. Like when I was drinking, I never realized how like nervous I should have been around some psychotic shit.
Artsy people are pussies.
Oh yeah, but not ones that are like drug fueled and drunk fueled. Like that shit kind of scares me. And like honestly, now being like, it's so weird seeing the world in sober eyes, especially when you've been a Pollock drunk your whole life. Like it's hard to see it.
Dude, being on job sites though, it's like these conflicts are so funny to me because I'm like, this is like a regular day.
Yeah.
For me. Yeah. Like, dude, this week, me and I'm not gonna go into everything, but me and my partner basically threatened to quit yesterday because of some drama on the job site. That was, I mean, we were basically getting fucked with by the safety, which is like HR of the construction world.
No, I get you.
And
I'm a union girl, I'm a sidebar union. Yeah.
So we were having. It started off with we were getting blamed. These roofers.
149 bitches.
Bunch of vaginas. These roofers.
Work for them.
These roofers said that we pissed on their material up on the roof. They're like, oh, the air conditioning guys pissed on the roof, and we're like, I pissed on our material, so like our general foreman comes up to us and like confronts us about it. He's like, are you guys fucking pissing on the roof? You pissed all over these guys like foam? And I'm like, what? And they're like, he said that he like lifted up some foam and he got covered in piss.
Oh my God.
And you were the only guys up there. I was like, no, we didn't. Like, first of all, I would never do that. I would never do that. Like, right. I might, if I'm up on a roof and I'm like, I have to piss, I'm not going to make it. I might piss on a water bottle.
Right.
But I'm not pissing on someone's material. So we had to go up on the roof, and the roofers were up there. Mm-hmm. So I go and like do whatever thing, I like pull Schrader valves or whatever I had to do to the AC units, and I start walking by, and I go, "Hey, if I'm gonna piss on anything of yours, it's gonna be your wife's fucking forehead."
Oh my goodness.
And he goes, hey, what? We didn't tell them that you pissed on our material. We said that you were the only other guys up there that day. And I'm like, oh, yeah, that's completely different. That's completely fucking different, isn't it?
Same fucking
You fucking dumbass. I was like, by the way, we weren't up there that day.
Right.
We were the only trade that were not up there that day. You fucking dumbass.
It's funny. So I work in an office, and it's mostly people who are related to each other. So it's brothers and sisters. Like my boss is the brother, and then we got two sisters. Everybody's kind of friends with everyone outside of work. Like I'm like a lone wolf. Like my dad was friends with my boss, so that's kind of how I got my job.
Right on.
And I worked in this before. I worked for a TPA, third party administrator, that did your union. The plumbers union. My stepdad was the administrator for it. So I worked in that. I got a good little crash course in like how to do union benefits and Taft-Hartley funds and shit like that. Mm-hmm. So and then I got this job, and I basically am just a claims adjuster. Like I do all the phone shit too. So it's a lot, but it's, you kind of have to like just be okay with everything sometimes. And so like right now we're going through a transition where our building was sold in the past like year or 2 years. Actually, it's been like 2 years now. So over these 2 years, we have slowly lost all air conditioning, heat, and basically there's bugs everywhere in the building. We don't have a custodian.
What the hell?
Really, we didn't have a custodian for the longest time. I think they take the garbage out now for us. We used to take the garbage out. It's some type of like Muslim organization that bought the entire building. Okay. And they're renovating it, turning it into a school in the back of like down our hallway. Like I'm in the standard office. Like it's right off of the Southfield Freeway. Or no, I'm sorry, the Lodge. It's right off the Lodge. And it's one of those big office buildings, like kind of by where the Federal Mogul building is. And it's an empty building. Like we're the only people in it, right? Mm-hmm. Everybody left at COVID, and they're trying to like renovate it, turn it into like their church group or whatever this is. And it's like New Me, I think the name of it is. But they keep like forgetting that we're renting the place and that they need to take care of us, and like toilet paper needs to be in the bathroom and soap. Yeah. And shit like that. So like they kind of like were basically like, let them fucking take care of themselves. So I've been like, last year we had no air. I like sweat my ass off all last summer. This winter, I literally like, 3-4 layers, and and I'm just like, I can't really say anything. It's not my boss's fault, but it's like, why are we here right now?
Why are we here still?
And he's being a champ about it because he like lets us leave. He lets us leave if, he can, like, I told him like, hey, it's too cold today. He's like, all right, I'll let you guys go. Like he's pretty good about it. But like, if we just keep saying to the building, we're like, what the fuck is wrong with you guys? Right? Like, why, like, do you not understand that we need heat in the winter? It's like 40 degrees in this bitch. Like we're literally like seeing our breath.
Oh my god,
it's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, no, it's funny, and it's just like people are stupid.
Dude, we our old building. So we used to be in a different building down the road, and our old building, they would never stock toilet paper. They would there was never soap. The bathroom fucking reeked always.
Forget about that.
And then I'm like, and then the guy would like walk around like texting people and yelling at tenants for having lights on. I'm like, we're here. We're fucking here. Why are the lights on in the building?
Because we're here.
Because we're here. That's why we pay the rent, so we can we can record.
Right.
Yeah, there was. Oh, dude.
It's like they're like, why do you have to pee? I'm like, I do. Yeah. Dude, why do you need toilet paper?
They're so. I've never worked in an office because I've always done construction or maintenance, and renting a studio, I'm like, all right, like I see, like I used to laugh about people, like girls that have dated or like friends or whatever that worked in offices were like, oh, you just don't get it. I'm like, fuck off. I'm in a ditch in the wintertime. Like you don't get it.
Yeah.
But then like being in an office where you're expecting like basic necessities to be met, you're like, oh, there's no toilet paper. There's no, no one's been in this bathroom in a week, so like the sewage gases are just like leaking into the bathroom because no one uses it.
Don't leave a freaking growler in there either, man. You're gonna be fucked if somebody's not here for 3 days.
Oh, that thing's fucking blue and.
Oh man.
Yeah.
That's what I remember. My friend back in the day, she left her apartment like in college. She was at State, and the person that she rented from was a real creep, right? So I was like, you should do a double decker on him when you leave, right? Do you know what a double decker is?
A double decker?
Yeah.
Or an upper decker?
Upper decker. Sorry,
Yeah.
I said the wrong thing. An upper decker.
Yeah.
And so an upper decker is when you shit and then it happens and they're like days later, like, why the fuck does it smell in here? Right?
Shit in what?
In
You
the
shit in the
tank.
top of the tank.
Oh.
In the tank of the
Or
toilet.
you throw your shit in there, right?
Yeah.
So she did that. And she said that because I think it was she lived with somebody she hated too. And she was like, fuck it. I don't care. I'm not getting my deposit back. So and I was like, how many days did it take that woman to call you? And she was like, oh, like 3. And she was like, what is that smell coming from the bathroom? Did you shit in the toilet?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's fucking hilarious.
Fucking upper decker. But yeah, I was telling the story. I didn't finish it. This is one of my free drink stories. So I was doing a show at Clear Lake Bar with Mike Ball. Jason's driving. And he says, go ahead and drink. And the owners there give me 9 White Claw. Once they find out that I love White Claw, they just start giving me every flavor they got.
Yeah.
And these two guys have a ton of flavors because they are gay men that love White Claw and they are married to each other. And we are in this little small town. And it was funny because these guys that I'm working with like know the people that own the bar and had no clue these two were gay, right? And they were like, but it was funny because my friend Jason and the other guys on the show were like, they saw me like walking away with these two dudes, right? And going downstairs. Well, the guys said to me, they were like, you got to come see our freezer situation, like our refrigerator situation. And I'm like, what? And they take me downstairs. And in the bottom of this bar is a whole like downstairs room that's a freezer. Right. And it's like so weird. It's so old too. You know, I'm just like, oh, I'm going in a basement with 2 men. I knew they were gay, but still, I'm like still going in a basement with 2 men. And then I'm like looking around, they're showing me all the White Claws and everything. And then then somebody's arm just comes in like from the side.
What?
The fucking, the little like tray, the door for the refrigerator
Yeah.
is right there. And there's trays like of all the beers. And they're right there opening it. And this whole downstairs basement is this giant refrigerator freezer. And it's connected to the bar where they're grabbing
So like
beers.
under the cabinet, they open up the doors to grab a beer, but they're reaching into fucking
the
deep
downstairs refrigerator.
That's fucking cool.
It was so fucking cool, right?
Yeah.
But like meanwhile, I mean, and then they were just like they're showing it off and everything. And then like meanwhile, the guys are upstairs, like, and they're like, where the fuck the 2 dudes take Did Stephanie down there with those dudes? Like,
Yeah.
what's going on? Because they don't know they don't realize they're gay. And
Yeah.
so like we come back up and we got like 9 White Claws. You know, we got all these different flavors. They keep handing them to me. And it was just so funny. And Mike Ball got up there and he said something about it. He was like, Stephanie got up here, talked about sucking dick, and now these 2 dudes are feeding her White Claws. What's up with that? And I just laughed because it was so funny. But I had 9 White Claws that night. And I literally, like, it was funny. I got in the car and I passed out. I think I fell asleep for most of the drive home. And then I ended up going home. Once I slept it off.
We used to go to this bar up in Holly. And we're friends with, like, she made friends with one of her old coworkers, and then her coworker's husband is also a pipe fitter, so like naturally we just became friends. And so we go to this shitty bar, hole in the wall bar, and he comes out. Her friend's not able to come out, so he comes out. We hang out or whatever, and he's like, "Hey, I'll drive you guys home, you know, or whatever. Like, I'll stick around so I can drive you guys home."
Yeah.
And
I was trying to think of what story you were going
She gets
for.
white girl wasted on fucking White Claws
Yeah.
and whatever other fucking seltzers.
I used to call it a white girl wasted. I put vodka in a White Claw.
Yeah.
Oh, it hit. It hit.
Dude, so we're fucking, I mean, drunk.
Yeah.
And Paige gets in the back of Darren's car. We're driving home, and she goes, "I miss your wife." She's like, we used to hang out so much. I just miss her. And then she goes, "Oh, I just cried a tear. I just cried one.
I shed one
tear because of how bad I miss Leah." I was like, dude, this is fucking insane. Like, Paige is crying because she's so drunk and she misses your wife. Like, this is
Oh,
fucking
that's so funny.
yeah.
That is some white
She
girl.
And then I was
surprised
like,
herself. 2 tears. I cried 2 tears because of how bad I miss Leah.
Oh God.
I'm
that's
like,
so
this is so funny. I'm like, you're not allowed to drink White Claws anymore.
I used to like fuck with Ben because Ben was always the sober one when I'd go out drink when we were before we had kids too, and I could put him back, man. I really could. I mean, it was a big girl. I could put him back, and I just remember we were at the Polish festival, and in Mount Carmel it's now Our Lady of Scapular, but this is the Polish festival of all festivals. And next to the church festival, right, the whole area, there is a house bar, a bar that is a house in the middle of a residential neighborhood. And it's called Gold Star Bar. And it is a gem of a downriver treat to go to because Gold Star Bar is probably the oldest bar in Wyandotte, I think, or they claim to be. Either way, you don't give a fuck because when you walk in there, you're like, holy shit, this place is old and dirty.
Yeah.
and it's just a great shot in a beer bar, right? Like, and so we always would walk over to there. Dad would buy a round of shots. Like I said, Sack's Mr. Shot Time. My dad's nickname's Sack. My maiden name's Tursack. So I was Sacky. I had best nickname in high school. I was Sacky. My dad was Sack. Stephanie, Steve. It was all things like that. So anyway, my dad is the shot time man. So we would always go over to Gold Star and just have some drinks, go over and have some pierogies, go back over and do a polka or two. You know what I mean? Like, I love that whole vibe. Like, I love that. I do family community vibe of the festivals of downriver are like I love that. It's expensive as fuck, and I don't like to go all the time because it's too much money. But that whole people, I go to that one every year. We go to that one a lot. But yeah, like I just got so hammered, and I mean, I think it was like the year before I got my surgery and got pregnant and stuff, and I got so hammered, and I'm just like laying in the car, and Ben's driving, and we were living with his parents in Monroe at the time, like in between homes, and I just started like talking like I was the voice of God. I was like, this isn't Stephanie. This is Jesus Christ himself talking to you. And I was like, she's sleeping right now. And I'm possessing her body to tell you that you need to let her watch True Blood when it comes on immediately. Like, it's just shit like that. I would sit there and be like, this is the voice. And I was like, you need to tell your mother to fuck off. She's ruining your relationship with your wife. Like, I would just say everything that I wanted to say and just couldn't, I would do in like drunk Jesus Christ voice.
That's fucking hilarious. You're like, kill me, bear. You're doing
and then I would be like, and also we need to stop at Denny's on the way home because Stephanie's going to probably need a grand slam if she doesn't want to puke.
Dude, I met, when I was, speaking of Denny's, when I was 14, so like I grew up on the east side. Mm-hmm. So like going to like the Wired Frog or the Roseville Theater or whatever and like hanging out with all the goth kids, getting all fucked up with my older siblings. Yeah. Like that's what we did. And we went to Denny's at like 3 a.m. I'm like, I had to have been 14. I was drunk as fuck. I order a grand slam, and I met a trainee for the first. That was the first time I met a.
You can't call him that anymore.
You could.
That's not the correct word.
You could back in fucking 2006.
It's not 2006.
Trans woman.
It was.
Dude looks like a lady.
Dude, it was.
That's what you say.
It was the first. I didn't know it was a thing.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was a thing. I was like...
Yeah, I got yelled at for singing Dude Looks Like a Lady at karaoke not too long ago. I was like probably a couple years back, but it was funny. I was like, oh, can't sing that.
Can't sing his song, but, he can fuck kids and...
Oh, shit.
He's nothing wrong. He's still a billionaire.
Dude, Denny's is the shit.
Denny's.
I don't know if you've ever heard of my punk rock Denny's rant, but that was one of my favorite videos that I did. I made a shirt. I do have merch now.
Hilarious.
I just got this. So I ended up doing a whole Shopify store, but this is my little punk rock Denny's.
That's fucking
I couldn't
hilarious.
I know it's denies, but I couldn't do 2 N's.
Oh yeah.
So for copyright shit. I made a couple things. I have a hat too that I really love. I got this. Actually, these are the 2 things that I actually got, but samples of. But like it just says Down for Downriver, and it says the Downriver Diva. So they're really
Hilarious.
cute.
Yeah.
I've never like been a person that wanted to do merch. I mean like when you do the comedy class, they're always like, "Oh, buy stickers, hand out stickers," and I'm like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
I tried it, and I was just like, I don't know what to put on a fucking sticker, you know. And I don't think people want things because of me, right? Like I'm like, they don't like me, they just like the jokes that I'm saying, right? It's not about them, and that's my mental illness, right? So today I actually woke up to a message saying like, hey, can you create a design that just says Downriver Diva? Because we want to be Downriver Divas.
Yeah.
And we just want a shirt that says that. And I'm like, are you serious? She's like, we love you. And I'm like, are you fucking with me? Because everyone hates me. What are you talking about?
That's awesome.
Yeah, no, it was really cool. And the funny thing too is like I said, seeing my son, he really looks up to me. Like he really does. He's just like, this is so cool. Like you get up in front of people and you're not scared. He's tried it once when we had it at On the Rocks. It was funny because he was like, I'm going to try comedy tonight. And he's like, I got jokes. And I'm like, no, you ain't got shit, but whatever. And he's like, I got jokes. And then he was the funniest person that night because On the Rocks, I know you've probably never been there. They are a sushi bar and a regular American kind of like, what is that called? Is it wet bar where you have oysters and shit? So they have like oysters and stuff like that. So but they also have sushi, and they have great sushi.
Oh, that's why it's called On the Rocks, because everything's on ice.
Well, the sushi bar, they were two separate buildings, and I think they combined it, or there were two separate businesses, and they combined it, or something like that.
Okay.
But separating the two sides is a koi pond, legit in the middle of the restaurant, right? So
It's like a hibachi grill.
Bo's obsessed with, but both my kids were obsessed with fish being right next to us while we ate. So Bo loved the fish. And then my friend Alicia, who worked there, all of the people that worked there are really cool with me still. But Alicia hands him some food and he's feeding the fish and he kind of bonded with the fish. And then a couple weeks go by, the Wyandotte Street Fair happens, right? And I come back and we do the open mic because we were doing it every 2 weeks. Come back to do the open mic, and Bo's with me, and he's going to try comedy. And Alicia, first thing out of her mouth when she sees me, hey, all the fish died, and we had to put new fish in. Or we got to get new fish. All the fish died over the weekend. And somebody from the fucking festival just dumped their drink in there.
Oh, no.
And all the
no.
fish fucking died. Yeah, and she's like, we just got done cleaning it out. And she's like, I'm just telling you before you walk in so that you can. And I was like, oh, God, Bo's going to lose his shit. So he walks in, he sees that it's completely empty, right? And he's just like, what happened? Where are they? And I'm like, tell me they're on a farm. Tell him that they're on a farm, Alicia. Don't tell him that they died. Tell him that they went away to live with a good family that loves koi fishes and has a huge pond of their own. And she didn't do that. She told him the truth. And so then Bo was pretty devastated. And my little Bo Harrison, he loves to be dramatic. And so he gets up on the stage and basically throws a eulogy for the entire
That is
school of fish.
fucking hilarious.
And he's like, the thing I'm not telling you guys is that Alicia's black, and she likes to call the blackfish ninja, right? And she thinks it's funny. And so we love the joke. It's cute. But Bo doesn't realize that ninja, why she calls him ninja.
Yeah.
So Bo's just like, I really like the black one. Ninja. He was my favorite. And then he's like, I'm going to let Alicia come up here. She knew them best.
If you want to say a few
Say
words.
a few words on their behalf about your memory of the fish. And poor Alicia's like, bruh, we change them out every couple months. Like, they die all the time.
Oh, no.
There's been 18 ninjas. Like,
Dude, that's fucking hilarious.
so it was just funny. Like, it's just, so that was his attempt at comedy. And I think he blew it out of the park. It was really fun. I mean, we had a fish funeral. It was great.
That is fucking hilarious. How old was he when he did this?
He's, this was like 2 years ago. So he was 10.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah. He's very dramatic. I'm trying to get him into, he wants to be an actor. He loves dressing up and like, he's in guitar lessons right now. and he's doing good. It's actually funny. The person that's giving him guitar lessons is my brother's friend, who I found out is the ex-husband of another comedian.
Oh, right on.
So it was funny. And she always told me whenever we'd have shows together, she'd be like, oh, my ex-husband's from Downriver. And I'm like, oh, well, now he's teaching my kid guitar.
Yeah.
Shout out Rebecca Conception. So yeah, your ex-husband's teaching Bo guitar. He's doing that. And then he's obsessed with Michael Jackson right now.
Dude, he's having a huge comeback for some
It's the
reason.
Kids
movie.
are obsessed with him.
It's the movie. And like we had to take them to the movie theater and watch it. And even Brett doesn't sit through movies. Like something happens usually and he's like wanting to peace out. So I always have to take another adult. So me and Ben always group up and we do that, or I go with a friend or something. Because I probably have to leave in the middle of it. And Brett stayed all the way until Michael Jackson caught on fire. And I was really proud of him. That was the longest. He didn't even stay that long for Minecraft, right? I mean, like, it was like, I think Lava Chicken.
Is that the younger one?
That's the autistic one.
Yeah.
But like, I think we got through, it was like after Lava Chicken, he just kept singing Lava Chicken and then was like, let's get the fuck out. And I'm like, all right.
I've seen what I need to see.
Yeah. Like he just, it's funny because like he's very selective when he swears. He does swear though, because it's fun. Like they all do. Like, they can't control what they say sometimes. And so like his go-to to yell at me is biatch. And
hilarious.
He's just like, biatch. And I'm like, how did he find, like, we don't say that, right? And so like I asked Ben, I'm like, are you playing him the Chronic or something? Like, biatch.
Yeah, he's like listening to Ludacris.
Like, are you listening to gangster rap or what? What's happening? But yeah, he sat through it and it was like quite crazy. And the Michael Jackson thing, like, so Bo's obsessed. I got him 6 fedoras off Amazon. He's dressing like Smooth Criminal all the time. Like, he's like, can I get a suit? I'm like, no. If you don't believe me, I will show you this picture of him right now.
Hilarious.
Yeah, no, like so he sends me, his dad and him send me this picture yesterday. Right, of him in his dad's basement. He's got the hat on and he's doing
the lean.
He's doing the lean, right? So then I do this. Oh, where did it go? I cut it. And then I put it in the Smooth Criminal. I'm like, right here. There you go. There you go. He said to his dad, Mom is the coolest human being ever. I was like, yeah. But he loves, and he got called. It was funny because we were at the mall. He was dressed. He goes to He wants to go to Hot Topic all the time. Like that. I was that kid. I wanted to go to different places, like Spencer's, Hot Topic, So I'm like, okay, he's at this age, and like he's like flirting. He flirts with the girl, the elf girl. That there's elves that work at Hot Topic. They like have ears and shit. Like everybody's wild in Hot Topic, right? Except for like the manager is always like some chick that has a bob with glasses that's really cool, and you're like, hey, I would like to smoke a joint with you, like for real. So and she's always nice to my kid. But anyway, so we leave there and we're walking out in Southland Mall, just like any mall. I'm sure do you guys have a mall out here? I don't even.
Great Lakes Crossing.
Great Lakes Crossing, right? So that's, oh shit, you get shot at your mall. But at Southland, like a lot of places have left, and then there's a lot of like filler stores that aren't really like chain stores, and so there's like an essential oil smelly store.
Oh
that
yeah,
is
we
like,
have those too.
It's ran by these 2 African dudes, and like we were walking past, and like they're standing outside because nobody fucks with that store. Like they were like, we're not. I don't know how they pay their rent. Like nobody's ever in there.
It's got to be money laundering.
And the one dude was like, "Hey, little man, looking good," he's in the Smooth Criminal outfit, and the next guy's like, my N-word. I was like, I made it. I'm in. And I'm like, no, like you can't say it, right? You can't say it. And I'm like, this is great. I told him, this is your first time invited to the barbecue.
Yeah.
Okay, with great power comes great responsibility. I'm like, you never say it back unless a girl asks you to while you're fucking her. No, I didn't say that. I didn't say
Dude,
that.
before I forget, I want to tell you a story. So you at Harv's Lounge, are you still doing Harv's Lounge? I haven't been there in a while.
That's Oliver's doing it now.
taking over,
Yeah.
right.
So like honestly, I'm kind of just like hanging out. Like I'll hang out at a place for a little bit right now and help out if I can, but I'm not really doing anything.
So
that.
so Jenny that works there.
Jen. Yes.
Okay, so I know her as Jenny from the block because she worked at Mr. K's. And
really?
And she lives like right down the road from Mr. K's, which is right by the steel mill.
Okay.
And So me and my buddy, we're working at US Main plant, and we go to Mr. K's on break, and we're getting a couple of shots, a couple of beers, buying a burger or whatever. And Jenny from the block's working, and this guy walks in, and he's got a voice like this.
Oh yeah.
And we're like, and my buddy Adam is like fucking with him. He's like, whatever. The guy says something like, oh, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, is that right? And he's doing his voice back to him.
Yeah.
And I'm fucking turning beet red because I'm like, dude, Adam, stop. Like, he's like, do you think that's going to make me stop? You think I'm going to stop doing this voice? I'm doing this voice
Oh, God, I've been that person.
So he's like fucking with this guy about how like ear screeching his fucking voice is. Mm-hmm. And the old man leaves. And we start talking shit. Like, we're joking around. We're like, that guy's dying today. Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. Jenny turns to us and goes, that's my dad.
Oh, God.
And then we're like, fuck.
No.
I'm like, oh, no. We're like, we're going to, can we cash out, Jenny? We got to go. We got to go back to work.
That's like when I called the lady at Fashion. I said to the lady at Fashion Bug, congratulations on your pregnancy. And she's like, I'm fat, not pregnant.
Oh,
and I'm like,
dude.
Fuck. And I, as a fat person, made that problem, like made that assumption and shouldn't have never said it. But
yeah. There's been a couple that I've thought were, like, I'm normally pretty good about it. Like, I would never ask somebody, but but when someone has like a basketball shaped gut, you're like, oh, you're,
something's
but
going
like
on.
nothing else is fat. You're pregnant, right? For sure.
I was one of those people that, like, I said it before, it was like the window of time was supposed to be like, you're supposed to wait like until you like have like 3 or 4 months before you announce it. And I was all like, bitch, I'm pregnant. I'm out of this shit. I'm having this baby. Like, I literally had so many like not pregnant pregnancy tests with the PCOS my entire life, and I had tried so hard, and it was like, man, all I had to do was drop some of this weight and I got knocked up, like, and it was great. It's being a mother is like one of the coolest things. It's one of the coolest, one of the hardest, and it's also like the most you're never gonna think you're good enough at it. Ever.
Yeah. Well, if you think you're good enough at it, you probably suck. So you should, like, that's how I feel about being a dad, is like, I always feel like, man, I should have fucking did this. I should have did that. I shouldn't have talked that way. I shouldn't have. Oh yeah. I shouldn't, whatever. Like, I shouldn't have went on a diatribe for a half hour because my kid fucked up.
Dude,
and
try having like a kid who at one point was attacking you constantly. Like,
I don't have that.
He was attacking me constantly, and trying to fight him off was really hard because he's bigger than me. Like, I'm literally doing in-sync dance moves to get away from him. Like, it's fucking crazy. Yeah. Like, I'm like, get away, and I'm trying not to hit, right? And you try not to touch this person. Like, even though with ABA and all that, like, you just back off. I had like a whole like gear, all the gear on the arms and stuff, so he wouldn't scratch me, all of that. And then it was just like night and day when he got out of the hospital, had his med check. It was just so good. And he's been great ever since. Like, it's just been like night and day. But yeah, like literally calling the police on your child with special needs is the most fucked up thing ever. And you're like, I am the worst mother ever. And I'm like, officer, I'm so sorry. You know what I mean? Like, it's the most embarrassing thing. But also they understand. They know. They're like, hey, and then they're so good. The city of Southgate, shout out to the city of Southgate and their police force, for real, because they have helped our family a lot.
Oh, it's awesome.
Yeah. When we had to take the iPad away from Brett, we had the officer do that because the truancy officer kept coming. Like, it was like we kept, because he's missing school. He won't leave the house. He won't get off the couch or leave or move. And the truancy officer was like, I'm going to say I'm taking the iPad, and then you guys hide it forever. And that's kind of what we did. Yeah. And so he now, once in a while, he'll be like, can we call her and see if we can get it back? And I'm like, no. Yeah. I'm like, she's got it. She said you have to go through all of school and then you can get it back. So like,
wow.
It's kind of been working. So we've kind of like just kept it away because it's like, it's so consuming when they get into those. Mm-hmm. I mean, I get into it, right? Yeah. Like, doom scrolling is like a hobby now for people, It's just like, and so that's really what my kid was doing, was doom scrolling on YouTube and just keeping his brain active. And it's like, now we're doing more activities. We're doing things that are stimulating him better, like not making him like just zonk into it.
Yeah. A lot of ABA places will use iPads like as reinforcement. Mm-hmm. I don't use it.
Yeah.
It's very rare that I will use it.
So that's where we got into the problem with the ABA people was like they were very like I was like, I think that you have to wean him because he's so addicted to it, you know, because it's the same thing. It's just like with the food from the Abilify. It was like we had to wean him away from like just gouging himself with food and just eating and eating and eating. Like he would eat literally an entire 4-pound bag of chicken nuggets in like 4 days, like 3-4 days. He would eat that. And that was the norm every week with the Abilify. It was crazy. And then like you get people online, I post my kids because they want me to take videos of them. Like they literally get mad if they see me or catch me doing a video of myself and they're not involved. Bo will jump in front of a camera like nobody's business. Brett was like, record to me. He's so cute when he says it too. And so like I know a lot of people come at me and they're like, why do you put your kids out there? And I'm just like, they're my kids. I love them. And
it's also up to your discretion.
Also, like my whole family is like my mom and my family that's not estranged. They all see it too. And that's really where it started. And I'm kind of like, I don't do it as much. But like when I put Brett up, it's more to show that he's doing good because I have people that message me and are like, how is your boy? Like, how is he doing? What are you doing with him? Like, how is everything going? And so so we do that a lot, or we do that from time to time. And like the other day he was sitting and reading to me and it was just like, God, I'm so thankful for this moment. I'm just so thankful that he's not like fighting or argumentative with me right now. Like he's just really happy and content. That's all you want for him, you know? It's just really, and I never really understood autism. And I mean, like, I used to be the person, I understand it. I see that more people have it and there is a spectrum and it's very wide, right? My son is not the type of autistic that like most of the comics that are autistic are, right? My son will never drive a car. My son will probably never have a relationship unless like there's, you know, like unless we do On the Spectrum, you know, Love on the Spectrum. Yeah. We find an Abby, a little hottie that I don't really think is autistic. No, I'm just kidding. I fought with that bitch's mom. Oh my God. I have torn Abby's mom a new asshole on TikTok. I'm like, I was like, I don't think she's very like, I think that you're matching her up with a guy that's way more autistic than her, for one. And then I kind of like, I was drunk. I was really drunk. I'm not going to lie. I was really drunk. And I was just like, honestly, I was like, you guys give people with real problems a bad name and like all this shit.
Oh man.
And I was just like, suck my dick. Like I am a bitch online. Dude, I was a horrible raging bitch when I was drunk. I would just be like, fuck off.
I have had the same thought where I'm like, what is going on here?
But also like real early on, my little like telling someone to fuck off got Jenna Jameson to follow me. So I was like, fuck off. I love Jenna Jameson. I watched her fuck so much.
Me too.
No, literally.
My favorite one is where she's getting fed.
Oh God. No, like for real though, Jenna Jameson is just like a Howard Stern thing. Like I love that bitch from Howard Stern. She was so fucking funny whenever she was on there and she had a personality. And then like it's funny because like I like porn stars. Porn stars are fun. They're cool people. Like I hit up Stormy Daniels. I was supposed to open for her, but she ended up not doing the show. But like I literally just was like, you know what? I did a joke about Trump. I'm gonna send it to her.
We were supposed to have one on. And she ghosted us on the day that she was supposed to come on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of annoying.
Oh, I have one that I met through Jason that I talk to once in a while. Her name is Lindsay Ryder, and she's really funny. And she is like really, really funny to talk to and really sweet. She always asks about my kid and stuff whenever we do talk. So I like her. I'm trying to think of who else. There was somebody else that I met. Who's your porn star?
Well, we initially I reached out to her because she owns or is involved with a hobby store, and she's got like a huge following.
Okay,
and you know she like
makes pieces for
she paints these. Yeah, she paints.
Is this the fire eater chick?
No.
Oh, okay, sorry.
She paints miniatures for this like board game called Warhammer 40K.
Okay.
But like, so she's like a pretty chick, and she like shows like the miniatures that she painted or whatever. And I'm like, okay, like obviously she has a huge following because she's like, she's like because her boobs are out, and she's like a hot chick who's doing a dorky hobby.
Yeah.
And so initially we invited her out because she's local, she's got a big following, and she does like a weird niche thing that like not a lot of people are doing and have a big following doing that. And then so we kind of bickered about it because she's like, well, she's got a following because her fucking tits are out, and like I'm like, I know, but like it's a weird niche thing. It might expose us to like a different audience, whatever.
I
think it'd be like business wise, I think it'd be a good move to have her on. And I go to work, and I'm like venting about it to my buddies at work. I'm like, yeah, Paige is fucking pissing me because I reached out to this chick who's like fucking, she's got her knockers out while she's like, look at my miniature.
No, I get it.
And so like we were bickering about it. So I vent to these guys, and then like they're laughing about it. And so it comes up a couple more times, and then they all follow her because like, oh, she's hot.
Yeah.
And then I come in like 2 weeks, come into work, regular work day, and this is like 2 weeks later. My buddy goes, "You're fucked," and I'm like, "What? What are you talking about?" He's like, "She started an OnlyFans." I was like, "God damn it!" I'm like, "Well, I've never lost an argument so slowly before. This is like a several week fucking argument,
slow burn argument."
And I'm like, "Oh yeah, God damn it." I'm like, all right.
Who hasn't started an OnlyFans? It's just like I haven't, but I always joke about it. I always say I sold my feet pics.
Oh, I have a
like,
whole
shit
plan.
Like that.
Of
You
what
have a
mine
whole.
would be.
Well, the guys used to come on my podcast. All the young guys used to come on my podcast and be like, "We're just gonna sit in our underwear and eat cereal. That's gonna be our OnlyFans." I was like, "Go for it," and none of them did it. None of them. Like 4 guys told me this.
Mine was gonna be smushing food between my toes.
Dude, it's all about food with you, isn't it? You're like, I'm gonna take advantage of.
I don't approve.
250 pounds yet.
We're gonna be married in a month and a half. I do not approve of that. I
do
wish
not
you
approve
guys
of
all
you
the
talking
luck.
to OnlyFans
How long
models.
have you been together?
4 years.
Almost 4 years.
Almost 4 years.
Oh, you're like doing the Stephanie plan. Like I was with him for 5 years before we got married.
We've been engaged for almost 2 years.
Yeah.
And then finally decided that we'll get married this year.
Big wedding or medium?
Yeah,
big
wedding.
Oh God.
Yeah.
No,
I wanted to do like a backyard.
He keeps saying that, but that's not true.
If I ever do it again, it's going to be very intimate and small. Like we had the big wedding, and I loved my wedding. Like my whole family was there. It's what I wanted. My grandma actually, it was the last time one of my grandparents like had the whole family. Like she died a couple years later, and it was like, but that was like the last time my whole family was really together. And I mean, my grandmother has 8 kids, and the only person that wasn't there was my uncle that has been in prison his whole life. So like literally since juvie. Like you remember Back to the Future, and they're talking about like the uncle that's in jail? That's my Uncle Ronnie. Like for real. We've always been like, oh, you pick up the phone and it's like correctional facility, and you're like, oh mom, your brother's on the phone. Do you want me to accept the charges? I'm 10.
Nah, fuck him.
No, I remember going to the prison, right? Like going to Jackson prison as a 5-year-old girl. Okay. In the 80s, you were allowed to take anyone's child to go meet a prisoner. He's just my uncle. He's not my dad, right? So my mom's like, we're going to take the kids. Go see my brother. It's going to be a whole excursion going to Jackson with my mom. Yeah. And like literally remember being frisked and being frightened as fuck. Like frightened as fuck. And not being frisked by a woman, but still just being like, why is this woman touching me? And they have to touch your vagina. And like literally, I was like, whoa, why did she touch me there? Like, they're just looking, making sure they're not smuggling anything in. But like, it was really creepy. It was like the creepiest thing ever. Looking back on it now, I was like, this is the most fucked up thing my mom ever did. Like ever was like, hey, let's just go on a day trip to Jackson prison. Like where there's murderers, literally. So that was really fun. And that was like something really early on. I remember that like so vividly.
I'm sure.
Well, it's a light bulb memory.
And like, it's so funny because like my brother is one of those kids that he doesn't remember anything, right? He doesn't remember anything before high school.
Really?
Truthfully, really doesn't. Like, he knows he did shit, but he's not remembering. Like, I was like, hey, do you remember when you played baseball for South Rockwood? And he's just like, what the fuck? I played baseball? Like, he forgets shit.
Jesus.
Like, he forgot a lot of it, I think. It's so funny. I always bring stuff up and he's like, I don't remember that. Like, I don't remember that.
See, I'm good at remembering stories, but like logistics stuff, I'm like, who gives a fuck?
Do you ever hear about like the kid? There's always a kid that's kind of like you always were hanging with the adults. I was that kid.
Yeah.
I was the oldest child in my whole family. And it was that I was the oldest kid. And so I always hung with the adults.
Yeah.
And I was the one, like the little hostess. I always took care of everybody.
That's what I was always wanting to hang out with the older. I was the youngest of the initial family. And then like when parents got divorced and remarried or whatever, that changed.
Yeah.
But the, being the youngest, everyone was older than me anyway, but like I always wanted to hang out with the adults. I'm like, the adults are funny, they're swearing, they're telling all the best stories.
Fun. Yeah.
They all had like the fun party tricks,
Our house was the party house too, because my parents got out of Del Rey. They were, I mean, like literally both my parents grew up under the Rouge River Bridge, like where you go, there's one exit you can get off at Dearborn Street and you can't get back on. Like you can get back on to go north, but you can't go south. It's really fucking crazy, but it's literally blocks away from Zug Island and Wayne Soap Factory, where Wayne Soap is what really the stench was for years.
Yeah.
You know?
All that fat.
Yeah, God. And so like, but
hate
that's where my
Zug.
parents grew up. And my dad grew up across the street from Holy Cross Church. My grandmother, it was her family's like family home. She grew up in that house too. And then like my mom grew up on the other side of town. And I mean, like when I say other side of town, like literally it's the smallest town. But she was like on the other side of the town, and she lived in a duplex, a giant duplex. Now, when I'm talking about like 1900s kind of big giant duplex. My great grandmother, my grandpa's mom owned the whole house, right? And my grandmother, my grandfather, and their 8 kids lived in the upstairs.
Jesus.
8 kids.
8 fucking kids.
In like
in a
3
duplex.
bedrooms. In like 3 bedrooms and an attic. Right? So all the boys were in the attic. I remember when I was a kid, like I remember not to go up to the uncle's rooms because they were all like teenagers. Like they were all younger than my mom. Like not teenagers, but early 20s, you know? And like my grandma was like, just don't go up there. Right? Yeah. So like I used to sneak up there. And I remember that one time they found out that I was sneaking up and like looking at their weed and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like I found a porno mag once. Yeah. And so like they started putting this really scary like Texas Chainsaw Massacre mask in the like stairway.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And it scared the shit out of me
so
every
funny.
time. So I stopped being a little bitch and sneaking around. And then like I just remember like my grandparents, it didn't seem like it was a small place, but it was a really small place. But like I remember my mom just being like your grandparents both worked 2 jobs the entire time. My mom raised her family. Yeah. Like she raised her family. She's always been a mom.
That's how my grandma is. My grandma on my dad's side was the oldest of I think 6 or 8 or maybe God, it might be even more than that. But she was the oldest, so she was like and you can tell the difference in like she's stern and direct. Yeah. And all of her sisters are just like these bright-eyed, bubbly sweethearts. Yeah. And she's just like, you could just tell like she got gypped out of her childhood because she was raising her siblings.
So my mom has 1 sister, and my Aunt Sandy was like the smart kid. Like she's very, very intelligent, and her husband super, super wealthy and well-to-do now, because she's so smart, you know. But like my mom's smart too. Very smart, but she's very much in her own way. Like my mom's the kind of person that you could open up your cabinet and she'll make you a cake out of anything. Like she'll figure it out. She can do that. My dad is that way with fixing things. And so like our family, I think that like the thing that I learned the most from both my parents was how to make things happen. Like, and there's this one podcast called How Did This Get Made? Paul Scheer and who's the Rafi? I can't think of his name. Manzukos. Yeah. So like it's him. June Diane is Paul Scheer's wife. She's on it, and they all talk about like how the fuck did this movie get made? how did the money get together? How did all these people, and it's always shitty movies, right? Like Island of Dr. Moreau, one of the best episodes they've ever done, because Island of Dr. Moreau is a fucking shitstorm, and there's a whole documentary about like how crazy the filming of that movie. It's called I can't think what it's called, but if you look up Island of Dr. Moreau, it always comes up. So like that's the kind of thing like I think of comedy stuff like shows and things like that, kind of like, okay, how did this get made? We got to make this happen. We got to figure this out. And I mean, like my grandparents were caterers here and there. Like my grandmother worked in the church and catered. Like she always made enough food for everybody out of nothing. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's kind of like what I try to do. That's what I'm like, I can't eat anymore. I can't cook anymore. I'm a great cook too, by the way, but I'm not fat, so I don't eat. So I'm like, I love to eat, but it's like, so I don't do that anymore. So what am I going to focus my energy? Well, let me throw together a little diva cup.
I love the hustle of having to make something work, like just figuring it out.
Well, having the pressure is part of it too. It's like, how am I going to get this to fit? Like right now, I'm stressing my ass off right now. Like I'm just like, okay, the DCA did this. They said that they didn't get a liquor license, but hey, we can have liquor. You just have to make a donation if you want to drink, and you can't have them like buy it, you know?
Right.
And so like
if you buy tickets, you can drink for free, but we can't sell it.
Exactly. And so like all of this other outside frustration, that's the whole thing with like putting on a show at a place that like you have to organize everything. It's wild. I'm like, not only do I have to get the equipment there, do I have to do this and design and have decorations and things like that, you know, to follow with everything. But also I got to make sure that like a bunch of comics show up. I got to make sure that I have bucket topics. I got to make sure that all these things line up so that we can have this happen. Now it's easier when you have a club. It really is. When you have it all set up for the win, like, throwing a show at Mark Ridley's isn't tough. Yeah. You know, you could throw a show at Mark Ridley's
people want to come there.
People will come there. Yeah. If you throw a show in a bar and you're just like, you know, I'm doing a bar show next month. I'm going to talk to the lady. Like, I want to start this. I had an idea when I got sober about like, we used to have a storytelling show, and I wanted to do a storytelling show, and I wanted to call it Dead Ass. And I had a whole like thing, and we tried to put one on, and I couldn't sell tickets, you know. But now I feel like I could probably sell tickets. Yeah. And I think that we're gonna start that up, and I want to do that like at a random bar. Start with the Downriver area here and there, and then like maybe go out to where I went to high school, in Carlton, Michigan, which is like Monroe County. So that's the kind of thing I want to do now. I don't like fixate 10-minute stories. You know, like, because that's really what where I started loving podcasts. It's all the story. Yeah. Right. It's like comedy, the story. I like listening to Dave Chappelle's shit because it's not jokes. Right. Yeah. It's like this is something funny that happened to me.
Yeah. I can't stand the non sequitur comedians are not my.
And that was the one thing I didn't understand.
I love storytellers.
That's the one thing I didn't understand when I started this. Like you get up on stage and you tell something, and then and you see everybody, and they're so good, and they're doing it, and then you realize, oh, they do this they've been doing this for 5 years. Like they've been doing the same set for a long time. Yeah, like a long time, or they're rotating things. Like I mean, like one person I enjoy watching because he always has fresh stuff, and he's always really funny with it. Nick Kelly.
Nick Kelly's a killer.
Great dude.
He's so funny.
And he's always been super like cool with me and respectful of the shit that I do. Right? Like he's always just like, you're doing it, kid. Yeah. Like good on you. You know, and like I'm like, don't call me kid. I'm like 25 years older than you.
Yeah, but you can with him, you can tell the difference in like how
we were just on a show together.
How much
and that's
time
what made me
he
think,
has, and how many sets he's done, and
like
and his writing is so good.
Yeah, like I literally like I love his like his bathroom joke. Like Joe's in here. Like why? Who's Joe? Like he's like a bunch of different jokes. The baseball joke is really good. But like you see it all the time. You see him over and over. But then like he's somebody that you see him mix in new shit. A lot of the guys.
I saw him do his set about I don't want to blow up his premise, but he has a set about like he loves leaving.
Yes.
And yeah, and he
we had an Irish goodbye talk about this one time.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah.
But like I saw him do that like I don't know, maybe like a year ago, and then I saw him do it like a couple of months ago, and I was like, dude, it's so good.
Yeah.
Like just seeing this set like get wings, like it's so good.
Yeah, and he tries out different things too, and that's what I'm trying to do now. Like I mix it up a little bit with what we do. Like I'm like when I go up there, I'm like, yeah, I'll bring back my first bit. I do it all the time. It's a hot gynecologist bit. It's fucking funny. Women love it. All right, because they're like, yeah, I felt uncomfortable getting touched down there. Yeah, but it's medicine. so, and then like the other one that I do all my bariatric stuff, and honestly, what I did, really truthfully, I had about 5 solid bits that I was rotating when I would do shows, and I was like, after I got sober, I was like, I gotta beef these bits up. I gotta make these better because literally these are lazy as fuck. And it was because I was just like, fuck it, I'm done. Like I never really went and explored it. I was like, this will be funny, they'll laugh, and I'm done.
I kind of fell in the habit of that too, where I was like, I was writing a bit, like I would
pander
write
sometimes.
I would write a bit. Hey, I don't pander. Fuck
no,
it. No,
I'm saying
kidding,
people pander too, and you don't realize it.
No, but like I would like write a bit as I think like, oh, that's a fun idea. I write the bit down and then it's dead, and like that's it. But then what I realized is that I was it might have been Bill Bushart that gave me this advice, but he's like, I think it was him. But he's like, you're leaving like so many jokes on the tape. Like he's like, you're saying a joke, you're getting the audience to start laughing, and then you're changing premises because you're not ringing that joke out for everything that it's worth.
Right, and that's
what we're here for. We're here for the fucking jokes, you know. Like, why are you not punching this up? It's a funny joke. Keep it going. Like, add to it now. So then when I did a show at Mark Ridley's, I had a 5-minute set. And I kept listening to it. I even like was using a screen reader to like read it to me while I was driving, so I could like internalize the bits better. And like a week before the show, I was like, the order of this is fucked. I need to, and I completely changed the order of the entire set. And I was like, oh my God, this is gonna suck because I have this memorized in the wrong order now.
Yeah.
But changing the order of the set completely changed the bits, and it was so much better because I did it. But it was fucking terrifying to completely rewrite it all.
Honestly, like if you can change the order of your set to adhere to whatever you have to do, I mean, like there was one point where I went to the Laugh Factory in Chicago for the open mic, right? And I got on, and you get 3 minutes, and you wait till the end of the night, and like I didn't think I was gonna get on, so like I said, I don't prepare sometimes. And I didn't really prepare, but I had been doing a lot of comedy, and I was like, I can shorten this up. And that's literally what I did. I shortened everything up. I took the top couple jokes out of each idea or bit that I had going.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm just going to do 2 jokes out of each of these and just be done with it.
Yeah.
And literally I did that at every place that I've really ever been, like every club mic that I've ever done. It's been quick like that. I think even the Funny Bone one was really like a 3-minute. It was really quick too, or maybe 5. But everything that I've done, like I make adjustments, and it's like you learn your stuff enough, and then like you can like be like, oh, you know what? I should do the lesbian joke, and then talk about how we broke up, and then talk about how I lost all this weight. He's, you know what I mean?
Because then you're putting it in context.
And then I'm like, then talk about fucking other guys. Like, then talk about this. Then talk about that. And then, like, you come up with an order. Sometimes in the Kill Tony situation, it was, you know what? Dish your husband, because he's going to want to talk about you leaving after or you guys breaking up after 22 years. Yeah. I'm like, pussy is always funny. Like, I have this whose pussy is this joke. Everybody likes it. It's stupid. It's always been funny though. Like it's a go-to. And then at the end, I just said I lost a shit ton of weight, and you know I do this joke where I'm like, I can only fit 4 ounces in my stomach, but I can still fit 8 inches down my throat. That's the joke. So I was like, I'm gonna put as much jokiness, like that. I knew that I wanted that to be kind of dirty, right? But I know that if I'm going to the Toledo Funny Bone and I want to do an audition set, I need to be a little cleaner, possibly. But I'm still not gonna I'm not gonna completely sugarcoat. I'm not gonna change what I am, right? And what I am a lot is a dirty comic. I'm not gonna change that about me. But I also am learning how to adapt and take the things that aren't like sexual and make them even funnier now.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Because like making the sex jokes is like pretty much like everybody's going to laugh at something. If it's clever enough and it's funny enough, they're going to laugh at sex jokes because everybody laughs at sex. It's funny.
Yeah.
You know, like.
I was listening to Jeff R. Curry. He just put out a special on Netflix. He's like become huge off of clips out of nowhere, but he's been at it for like 15 years or something now. But I was listening to him on a podcast. He was talking about doing cruise ships. Yeah. And so like he was big into like he was working cruise ships for a few years, and then he kind of stopped and then started hosting at the Cellar, and then that really like made his career pop.
Yeah.
But dude, it's so interesting hearing a guy talk about how under contract, there's shows where like little kids are going to be welcome at the comedy shows. Yeah. So he's like, I have to write a set.
My friend just went on one and she was like, you know, it was the cleanest comedy show ever, but he was really funny, you know?
Yeah. Like having a 5-year-old at your show, like you got to make that kid laugh, but you also need to be clean enough that the parents aren't going to kill you. Yeah. But then he would also have adult shows. So he had to write like, I think he said he had to write like 3 different half-hour sets, and I'm like, God, can you imagine having to do that? Like, I don't know if I could write a half-hour and entertain kids. I have a hard time remembering
things, so that's why I honestly am like, I try to be more of a storyteller because it's easier to wind your way through a story. You know what I mean?
Yeah, same.
Like, instead of like sitting there, like I forget jokes all the time. I got this one joke that I love about weight loss that I keep forgetting. And I'm just keep hitting myself over it. And I'm like, God damn it, do the Playboy Bunny shit. It's funny. Yeah. You poop like a rabbit. It's fucking funny. Yeah. And then I get mad because I forget it. Like I hosted at Mic Drop. Hosted at Mic Drop when a couple months ago, Mother's Day weekend, right? For Brett Ernst. Awesome guy. Really nice comic. He was really cool. We did 3 shows. The first show, I forgot the Playboy Bunny bit. Yeah. The second show, I didn't. The third show, forgot it again. I mean, it just happens. It happens all the time. So it's like we're just out here learning all the time.
Dude, some of my favorite jokes are tags, and I'm like, and then if I forget them, I'm like, God damn! Like that tag is like the funniest part of that joke, and then you go home just mad, like listening back to the set, like, damn it! Yeah. Oh, if I said that, all
the time. That's the biggest thing that comedians do, other than like talk shit about other comedians. It's definitely forgetting your shit. Oh man, all the time.
I'm terrible.
And then beating yourself up about it, and it's like, man, I forgot that. You know, it's the worst.
Or the worst for me is like if I'm doing a show at Mark Ridley's or One Night Stands, and I like land soft because I went long, and I'm like, fuck. Yeah. Like I didn't finish on the banger. I wanted the banger, so I'm like, maybe I need to start putting the fucking banger in the middle so that you know.
Then the old school dudes will be like, hey, you got to have a closer. Right. Everybody that owns a club anywhere or runs a club anywhere is like, you got to have a closer. Yeah. And I mean, like I finally put one together and it kind of works, but it's just like I want to have like 5 different closers. I want to have a variety pack, you know, like of different. I want stuff that I can go to whenever, and that's kind of what you got to be versatile with it, with what you write. You got to like make it so that you can span everything. You know? And honestly, make it you. That's the one thing I hate so much. We were talking about the like how everybody does like same kind of premises sometimes, and you just running them out, you know. I really, really don't like comics that aren't true to themselves. Like if you're just out there doing Tinder jokes because you're out in the dating scene and you're not really, didn't have anything actually like worthwhile happen to you. And I can't stand when people have a whole story and there's nowhere that it's going. Oh, dude. I used to be that person.
Dude, oh my God. There's one comic. I'm not going to name who she is, but there's one comic that goes up and tells real life stories, but she doesn't punch them up with comedy at all.
Well, that's what it is. You got to do that.
Dude, this feels like fucking like when every time I'm on the same mic as her, I feel like I have an itchy asshole, and she's stopping me from going to wipe my ass. Like, I'm just like, oh my God, fucking, like, it's just pain for 5 minutes. I just fucking hate it every time. I'm like, please just stop talking so I go wipe my butt. Like, God damn it. Please.
The ass goblin. Jesus.
This is a mandatory rewipe, and you're standing in front of the door blocking me from it.
I need a bidet.
Oh my God.
No, I get you. Like, it's just like, you're just like, and honestly, when you watch so many things over and over and over again, you're like, oh God, can they please punch this up?
Yeah.
Like, and I mean, I do it too, though. I literally, the Michael Jackson thing, I tried that on stage a couple times. I'm kind of giving up on it. Like, it's a cute thing, but I'm not even I can't write bits for it. Because you know what? It's just not there. Like, sometimes you explore something that you think is really, really funny, and sometimes
you got to kill your
baby.
You got to kill your babies.
Yeah.
Sometimes you put a lot of effort into something that just sucks, and you're like, all right, let's move on.
Yeah, like, and then sometimes you move on, and then you're like, oh man, what happened to my sex clone bit? That was great.
Well, that too, like letting it kind of simmer, you know,
Yeah.
like chili's always better the next day. You know what I mean? Like,
Absolutely.
sometimes you got to let a bit fucking sit and rest for a while, and then you go back to it and you're like, oh, fucking this. And then your brain's going because it hasn't.
And you can write like 17 things on it too.
Yeah.
Keep
Like,
going and branch it out and branch it out. I love that part of it.
I think a big thing that like a lot of like our scene isn't doing is having like a comedy buddy who's like, hey, like write what you see when you look at me, because I don't like, because in my mind I'm like the dorky fat kid who like whatever, and then if I'll go up on stage and I'll talk about that and I don't come off that way, I'm like, oh, like people aren't seeing me like that.
No,
well, that fucks up my jokes, you know. And
so when I talked about weight loss before and I was still pretty big, people didn't like it as much.
Oh,
now really? It's more, I think that people, they liked the jokes that I wrote about it, but people were still like, I used to say like, I know it's fucking you all up because I'm still fat.
Yeah.
You know, and they would laugh at that. But it didn't hit as much. But the jokes making fun of self-deprecating, how do you say that?
Being self-deprecating, yeah.
Doing that a little bit when your appearance is a little bit like, you know, you're chubbier or whatever, like, and that's kind of where I went with it a lot. And now I'm kind of like, okay, I like making fun of myself still, but I'm not like tearing myself down, because there's a line. Like, people, like I said, there's a line between like meanness and roasting, basically.
Yeah.
There's a line between like doing something and it's like funny as fuck, or just doing something and it's just
because
not
it's
worth
pandering to
yeah.
the when I had a set about Ozempic, and when I first started doing that set, I would like lose the audience when I would talk about like what a sloppy like fat piece of shit I was, and then like I also like had a few jokes about a relative who got on Ozempic but lied about it, so she's just like, oh, it's hard work and discipline.
Yeah.
And I realized that like I need to address that I don't look like a guy who like was a tomato, you know? So I'm like, okay, you guys don't, so I started writing jokes about that. Like, you guys don't know this, but like, I was a fat motherfucker. Like, you need to understand,
have to lay down you have to lay down the backstory before you get into it. And so like, that's why I'm just like, I was a big bitch, you know? I always say it. I always say that I'm a never skinny person. Like, I've always a forever fat. For real.
Yeah, like my jokes are like, if I take my clothes off, like there's all kinds of equipment holding my skin out of the way, and like, you know, like I look like a flying squirrel, like with alopecia if I take my clothes off or whatever. But like once I started doing those jokes where I'm like addressing that I used to be really fucking fat, and like this, and then now we can talk about like all my jokes about Ozempic. Yeah. And then my relative lying about being on Ozempic or whatever the joke is, but yeah, people were like, I was completely losing the audience if I didn't do the jokes about like, hey, like this is not stolen valor. I earned the right to talk about being a fat piece of shit.
When it first came out, when the shots first came out and everybody started doing it, like I noticed a couple of the girls were like losing weight and shit. And like, and Brett Solferino said to me one night, he was like, you know what you need to do? And I was like, what? He was like, you need to talk about how these bitches ain't shit doing this shot and how you got cut. And
Yeah.
like we were joking about it. And then like maybe 3 months later, I ended up getting on it, which was really funny because I was
Dude,
like, I
that's
can't be like bitches ain't shit now.
No,
you
that's
know?
that is a funny premise though. You
It
could
was
like
really
you'd be
funny.
like, that was fucking. They had me bite down on a towel and they sliced my organs
Sliced me
apart.
open. Yeah. And I explored it for a little bit, but then I was like, oh shit, I'm kind of a hypocrite because now I'm on it.
Now you're
you know?
on it. Yeah.
So when you started with it, did you have any issues like with the Zepbound? Because I have a friend that's on Zepbound, but I mean, like we kind of look at each other being similar because I'm on Wegovy.
Okay.
Yeah. So and like the Wegovy was my doctor said they like kind of pinpoint that one for people with diabetes because that's what happened. I drank myself into diabetes again.
Okay.
So like now it's been a year and a half and I'm now starting to test non-diabetic.
Oh, great.
So they're weaning me
Congrats.
off of it.
Yeah.
So I'm going down in my dosage.
With the Zepbound, no. I've had 2 side effects. One of them is when I have no appetite for water at all.
It's
and
hard,
then
right?
being on Zepbound, it made it even worse.
Yeah.
So I had horrific sulfur burps.
Mm-hmm.
Once I figured that's what the cause was, I just try to be more conscious about how much water
I've
I'm
been
drinking.
doing the clear protein stuff, and that's been helping like get my water in because I'm like I'll just instead of making like a protein shake in the morning, I'll just like throw a clear protein together. And
Okay.
I get like a good healthy serving of water that way. And then the other thing that I've always done, this is even going back to the bariatric days, right? When you had to do a liquid fucking diet. I love the little drop-in things that you can buy at the Dollar Tree, the little like flavor packs of sugar freeze.
Oh yeah.
I put one of those in my giant Stanley, and that's how I get my water in every day.
I do. See, I do this. We have Squenchers at work, like the electrolyte drinks. Yeah, I do the electrolyte drinks at work.
They're fucking phenomenal.
If we didn't have them, I wouldn't fucking drink as much water as I do.
They're fucking phenomenal. My one friend was he was suffering from like some back pain, and he was like, the doctor says I'm dehydrated, and I'm like, oh, go get a liquid IV.
Thing.
Like go get liquid IV, and no, it was I don't know what it was, but he went and got liquid IV, and it's like sure as shit, you're fine. Like you're hydrated like immediately. So I have some now that I'm like I turn to that when I feel like oh I forgot today like I didn't do really well. It also
fucks with my head. Like I get if I'm bad about drinking water for like 2 days, I start getting like really depressed and anxious, and like and then I also have asthma. So like if I'm really dehydrated, mucus gets thicker, and then my breathing will feel worse. So like I have all of these.
Do you think
adjacent?
Do you feel like you want to eat more, but you don't?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I'm like, I want that fucking lobster bisque. I want this. I want that. Like I literally like.
I order like a fat ass.
Order fat food. Yeah, no. Like I literally like. It's funny because I have to stop myself because that's like I have to be like, okay, I don't need to order fries. Like I'm just gonna eat this burger.
There's so many times like we've gone out to eat and I'm like I really want soup and then I'm gonna get an entree too, and then I'll eat the soup and I'm like I guess I'll just take the dinner home.
Yeah.
Because like I'm stuffed. Although I was a fat piece of shit today. I stopped and got Checkers on the way home and I ate the entire thing.
Those fries are banger.
And then I slept like I was shot in the back of the head. I was just like out.
I used to love Checkers.
I slept until 5:20 and you got here at 6 o'clock. I woke up and I was like, oh fuck, and then I text you and I was like, hey, we're on our way.
That was a panic text.
It was. Go. It was.
I love it. No, like I literally like when I was fatter and when I liked to eat, I would do so many weird things. Like I would just order so much shit and then you'd eat it off of it for days, you know, like buy a family meal from Long John Silver's and just me and my husband are eating it, you know, and I'm just like, okay, I'll have 7 pieces of fucking fish. Yes.
Yeah.
You know,
dude,
like,
I was a real, like my, when I was like the fattest I was, I felt like getting like a bagel belt, you know, at Tim Hortons, like the bacon, egg, lettuce, tomato. I was like, that's health food.
Yeah.
Like I was like convinced that was
lettuce
health,
on it.
but I would get lettuce and tomato. But like, well, bagel's not that bad. Egg's not that bad. And then I'm getting like a a medium triple and a fucking honey cruller, and I'm like, yeah, it's only like a 1,500 calorie breakfast.
That's
but
how Timmy Ho-Hos get you, right? Timmy Ho-Hos get you with the curveball of, hey, you can pick the hash brown, right?
Yeah.
Like all the other bitches,
which is not good for you.
Or you could just get a whole nother entree,
Right?
Like, and you legit get a whole
get
nother
a 600
entree.
calorie fucking
plus
donut.
your coffee, which could be an ice cap,
right?
Because the ice cap is delicious too.
Right.
Oh God,
Dude.
I can't eat stuff like that anymore though.
No.
It's like it literally tastes like chemicals to me. Things that are like that taste like chemicals to me. The only thing that doesn't taste like chemicals to me, weirdly, because it is chemicals, is Coffee Mate.
Oh yeah,
I love Coffee Mate.
Yeah, I'll drink the sugar-free French vanilla.
Yeah, I bought for myself for my birthday. My birthday was last week, the 21st.
Happy birthday!
Thank you. I bought a Ninja Creamy so I could do my protein shake ice cream.
Hell yeah.
And I have been eating ice cream every day since I got it.
That's
and
hilarious.
it is so good. I made Kool-Aid pineapple sorbet in it, which was fucking hilarious. Like, we've been making all kinds of shit. My kids hate it. They don't like anything I make in it. I made real ass chocolate ice cream with Ghirardelli chocolate and whole milk and cream and the whole thing.
And they're
right?
like, I want that chemical.
They're like, this is bullshit. They're like, get the Walmart birthday cake shit in the fridge. And I'm like, no.
Dude, that's been my Achilles heel. It's like, I still love ice cream.
Ice cream. You
Like,
gotta get a Ninja Creamy then. I'm not even
I
joking.
don't. I can't.
They're
$100.
They're like $150 now. They're cheap.
We
like,
just had our wedding shower, and I was gonna put one on the registry, but he didn't want me to.
I was telling her no about a lot of shit
it's-
because we don't have any room in our kitchen.
It's very much something that you're gonna put away after a while, right?
See, that's what I'm
only
saying.
something you're gonna use here and there. Like, I think it's a summertime thing.
We argued about we were just cleaning out cabinets because we had our wedding shower and we had to like figure out how to put all this shit away. So I'm like, I pull out this boiled egg cooker thing. I'm like, oh, this makes deviled eggs. I'm throwing this away. Well, don't throw it away. We can donate it. I'm like, no, I'm not donating it. It's going in the garbage right fucking now. He's like, well, we need that. I'm like, okay, if you're gonna make deviled eggs, you're gonna boil a dozen eggs. This has 5 spots.
Yeah.
So even when we do make the one thing that this thing is made for, we're not gonna use the fucking thing. Yeah. Like, no.
No, I used to love Alton Brown's show. I can't think of it. Was like Good Eats or something like that. And he would always have like one little segment in the cooking show where, like, because he was like a scientist when it came to cooking. And in one segment in the cooking show, he would always talk about the gadgets and the gizmos. And like, he would break it down like, do you need this or do you not need this?
Yeah.
So I kind of, when I'm shopping for stuff, I kind of break it down in my head. Do I need this? Do I not need this? So the justification for the Ninja Creamy was you can make slushes, you can do smoothies, you can, it's everything, right?
Yeah.
But the motherfucker, my boyfriend said to me, he's like, the motherfucker is just a Dremel tool, right? It's just grinding it down, slowly making shaved ice. That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's literally like, there's not much to it. So it's not like something that you can keep, that you really need to do all the time.
Yeah.
But when Bo wants to make a slush, when I want to make a smoothie, like, that's going to be my go-to. Because I don't like, I mean, like, you do have to take anything out. Like, I got a bullet, I got a Ninja bullet, I got a bedroom bullet. I got, sorry, that was just a joke. I definitely have a Hitachi. So I'm like, I definitely. But like, I have all of these things. Really, the only things that I use, my Instant Pot, I love. I can make any kind of soup or stew.
We
in
just
that.
got one.
Yeah, they're the best. I definitely put a whole fucking chicken in that thing and just let it go and see what happens. Like, it's just fun.
Dude, I had a farmer, Beth Wojo, come on, and she's like, oh, I don't have any time, so I just throw like a whole chicken in the crock pot. I go, what? She's like, yeah, you just throw the entire chicken in there. You throw some. She's like, I'm not that white. I throw some seasoning in there too.
Yeah.
But yeah, you just put a whole chicken in there.
Yeah, no,
Like,
I mean,
I never thought that you could do that. I never considered that.
I did a bunch of bone broth over the winter one time, and I just I saved the bones in the freezer, and I was just like, yeah, this is what a crock pot's for.
Yeah.
But I did it in the Instant Pot. Cuts the time in half, right? So like Hungarians, our big dish is chicken paprikash. Chicken paprikash is the hunky version of chicken and dumplings, right?
Okay.
And basically it is just sauteed onions in oil, and then you add the chicken, you brown your chicken, and then you take it out after it's browned, and then you add chicken stock, and slowly at the end you add basically sour cream just to make it like a thicker consistency. But you add the dumplings in, you add the chicken back in, you cook it in a pressure cooker, right? The Instant Pot can make this in like half an hour to 45 minutes when my mother used to make it all day. It would take all day to stew this down and cook that chicken right and like get it so tender. But like the Instant Pot literally is like the best. The other thing that I love it for is chili, like stuff like that. And I've made weed butter in it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that was good too. Like everything was good.
Did your dad make his weed butter in the Instant Pot?
I have no idea.
Oh, right.
Yeah, no, my friend had one of those magic things, like the thing that makes it. And she's like, hey, I got one of these like butter makers. And I was like, you could have just thrown that shit in an Instant Pot or your slow cooker.
Oh, that's hilarious.
You know, but like nowadays you don't have to do that. I mean, everything's different now. You can just go to a store. Right. It's wild.
It's not even. I don't even think it's
nobody
worth to
hates
make.
on it anymore either. And they're like, yeah, we smoke weed too. And I'm like, shit.
Right.
Yeah, you found out that everyone in Michigan
was a
like
pothead.
my mother is so against it. Like she didn't like it. Now she's like, hey, I would probably take a gummy. You know.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah. You realize that we've just been manipulated into hating something that deserved no hate.
Definitely. No, I watched that whole, what was it? The Weed Madness or what is it?
Oh, dude.
Reefer Madness.
Reefer Madness,
Yeah.
where you realize, marijuana is like the word for wild Mexican tobacco.
Yeah, yeah.
And then there's the guy that owned the printing press. He had interest in cotton farms, and they were going to, they invented a tool called the decorticator, which you can make significantly more paper from an acre of hemp than you could an acre of cotton.
Right.
And so he put out all this propaganda saying that like white women were banging, like they were listening to jazz and banging black guys because of weed. Dude, Reefer Madness is crazy.
They were banging black guys because of dick.
Reefer Madness is crazy.
Reefer Madness
the
is
shit that they did to people over pot.
Reefer Madness, I watched that and I was like, oh yeah, it ain't all that serious. Like it's not that bad, you know? And I've never had an issue with marijuana. I will say that for people who are like trying to get off of other substances, I think that it's actually a really good thing to go to. I'm not going to say like, hey, go and take any kind of drug, but like literally, I think that marijuana helps people that have addiction issues.
Yeah, like I had a buddy that was hooked on heroin for a few years, and he's like, "Oh, I'm California sober now." I'm like, "This is way better than heroin." Like, I'm not going to judge you for fucking ripping a pen.
No, absolutely.
You know, you get anxious, you want to get a little high. I'd rather you suck on a weed pen than fucking go do a line of heroin.
Yeah,
you know?
I think that, and I do think that like it is a good thing. I had mentioned my friend in Texas, Jason. I just talked to him the other day, and he said that they are making it illegal for all the Delta 8. They have Delta 8 down there. Uh-huh. They took it all off the shelves. They're making it illegal. And we were like saying like it could be one of two things. They're either getting ready to legalize it and tax the fuck out of it, weed, or like they're just going to keep it completely outlawed, right? So
that Delta 8 is like why would you smoke fucking synthetic weed when there's regular weed?
Yeah, but you can buy it at a gas station there. But it's like the thing is,
like that in Florida too.
They're regulating this because I guess like all the kratom and all that crap too is involved in this too. They're taking that all off the shelf too. So, but like for me and like what he mentioned, he's a veteran, and he's like, think of all the veterans with PTSD that rely on that like little here and there to calm them down and get them tired, you know, things like that. Like I have horrible insomnia most days. And if I don't take a gummy here and there, I can't sleep a full night.
I can't do a gummy.
Yeah, no?
Oh, I can't do a gummy.
Oh God, I can do like 2 of them. So I honestly, I can do 2 and go to bed.
I ate a sliver of one and had a panic attack. I ate
that means
a sliver of one.
So you must metabolize it faster then. If it
I don't
really
know.
knocks
I was
you
like,
out.
I was sitting on the couch for a long time, and I was like, nothing is happening. And then I was like laughing really hard at a video that was dumb, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm high.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I need to go to bed because it like kind of hit me like panic. I was like, oh, I'm really high.
Yeah.
So I ran downstairs and I went into our like master bathroom. and I forgot what I was doing in there. And so she came down into the bathroom like a half hour later and was like, "What are you doing?"
He's like standing there scrolling on his phone.
And I was like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Like, I was like, oh shit, yeah, I'm high as fuck. I need to go to bed, dude.
The one thing that I had to make a rule about, I couldn't cook when I was high anymore. I was like, I left the burner on. No more cooking.
No.
Well, like, I mean, you realize it because you're like, okay, what was I doing? Like, that. But like, I honestly I don't cook on a stove anymore. I really just air fry whatever the fuck I literally air fry a steak. Like, I don't care anymore. But the marijuana. It's and like my uncle was the pothead of the family. My uncle Terry. I have 2 twin uncles, Terry and Larry. My Uncle Terry was the pothead of the family, and we used to call him my best friend Renee in high school, and still good friend, love her today. She coined the phrase Uncle Terry no sherry, because Uncle Terry was a pothead, would smoke his joints right in front of you, didn't give a fuck, but wouldn't share to save his life.
Wouldn't give you a hit.
Nope.
Hilarious.
Nope. And then we finally would get him, we would bring weed, right? And then he would share, and he would be like, "Hey, you go to share," and be like, "Uncle Terry no sherry." Fuck off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I had a buddy like that, dude. He would not fucking share a lick of anything he had, but he expected you.
Oh God, the mooches,
Yeah,
the
he was a
mooches of
fucking
the
mooch,
marijuana.
man.
Yeah,
He was a mooch.
But
cigarettes too.
Yeah,
We have 9 left.
The only people that I knew that really smoked weed was my Uncle Terry and my Aunt Antoinette, and she was the only girl I knew. So I didn't really think that women were really into weed, right?
Yeah.
Other than her and her girlfriends. And so I kind of kept it secret that I liked it for a long time, and that I actually felt like it helped me. I have fibromyalgia. So it helps me with flares. I don't have bad flare-ups as much if I take a gummy here and there. Yeah. Like my friend Terry, she's my hairdresser. I love her. She has fibro too, and we talk about it all the time. She's like, without weed, I don't think I'd be able to walk some days.
See, my mom has it, but she won't touch weed because she's on so many different drugs.
Yeah.
And she literally gets drug tested for the drugs that she's on. So she's afraid of getting in trouble.
Well, I'll tell you, with fibro, they will put you on fucking oxy. They would.
Oh, yeah.
Back in the day, they put you on Oxycontin.
She's on serious shit.
Yeah.
But that's the stuff that's working for her pain
Right.
management, and it's all right, well.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't.
know what
I
else
wouldn't
would probably work?
If this is working. I wouldn't fuck that up for you.
Truthfully, I don't
Just to
take
try
any
weed.
medication for fibromyalgia. My doctor is like, if it's not really, if you know how to manage it right now, and this seems to be, doctors are really cool about marijuana. They really are. Honestly, I was always like, don't tell them you smoke weed. They're going to tell everybody. You know what I mean? And it's but I'm not doing it on the job. I'm not doing it in irresponsibly, really.
Yeah.
I mean, once in a while I'll hit it and then get in the car. But I mean, I'm not doing things that aren't okay with it. So it's it's not hurting anyone.
Yeah.
It's not really hurting me.
It's I was having that conversation with my buddy at work today. I was like, he was, I don't know what he was saying, why that? Why hit the pen or whatever? I'm like, dude, I hit the pen and go play fucking cars with my kids. It's the best.
You have ADHD, right? That's it. It's all it is. It's just this is what people with ADHD
it helps me
need.
Yeah, for sure. It helps me settle into what I'm doing and actually enjoy it.
Yes.
Because my brain, whenever I have a goal of something I'm trying to accomplish, I'm instead of actually being present and doing the thing that I'm doing, I'm thinking about what's next. What do I need to accomplish next? What do I need to?
Absolutely.
I need to get this done quickly so that I can get to this.
Yeah.
You're
I'm 3 steps ahead. I get it.
Yeah, and I'm never present. So getting if I'm in a bad mood and I hit the pen, I'm like, you.
And then I focus.
Then I can settle into where I'm at.
Yeah, I'll sit there all day and I'll be like, what the fuck was the name of that place? What the fuck was this? What the fuck was that? And then I hit the pen and then I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
I remember things. It's just I don't know. It's something about the ADHD and the fixations that you have and kind of rerouting your brain into, it helps. It just helps.
Yeah.
And I mean, the people that I think are geniuses are very ADD, ADHD. Every person I think is a genius is somebody that throughout all of my life, my favorite teachers, my favorite people that, to have conversations with, my favorite comedians, my favorite coworkers, everybody, they all kind of have ADHD in a way. And it's but that's kind of, I don't know, it's like makes you interesting to me because I have it and I see it and like you also create the coolest shit, right? Like people, I've never met so many people that are like kind of alike, but also so different. And comedians, and then like the music scene here too is like a lot of people like that. Like I started really seeing local entertainment during COVID because my cousin Tiffany, her boyfriend at the time, they had a house together. He was part of the family, and he was in a band, and the band is called Ava Under Fire, and they're from downriver, and they're signed to a big, like, they're on like a real label now, and they're touring. They've been on tour with all kinds of different metal bands.
Nice.
And
I'm gonna write them down.
Yeah. Oh, they are great. I mean, Amanda. They have a girl lead singer. Her real name's Amanda, but they call her Ava, because of the name of the band. But Amanda has one of the most amazing voices. Like, think Amy Lee, but also like she has the soul in her voice, and I just fucking love it. And like, I'm not a huge metal person. Like, I grew up on Metallica. I grew up on grunge. Like, I'm more I tend to go towards, if I'm gonna listen to rock, I kind of go towards the 90s rock, or like like Matchbox 20 or some shit like that too.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Got Matchbox 20 on the wall over there.
Yeah, like, oh, okay, yeah. I know what Alter Bridge is too.
Hell yeah.
Who the fuck was that? Wait, what is that?
Creed without Scott Stapp.
Yes. I'm like, wait, I love Creed. No. So like, and I love all that white trash shit. But so with all of that, like, where the fuck was I on this? I totally lost my train of thought.
Sorry.
But like, all the people that have the ADHD thing, like, I fixate on things, and then like, you learn so much from people when they are. Because sometimes I get tunnel vision, right? A lot of people do. Yeah. And you don't think outside the box. And I feel like being around people that do, or having friendships with people that get you and how you think, you can learn more about yourself too. So
have you ever noticed someone that absolutely does not have ADHD just feel like they're on, like, you could see them get really uncomfortable when you're talking to them? Because I love making people uncomfortable by talking to them.
Yeah.
Like, I had an old boss who was I think he was on the spectrum, because he's like very particular, and he's very task oriented, and anything outside of pipe fitting didn't matter. Yeah. And I would just talk to him, and he'd just be like,
Yeah, when people tighten up like that, man, it's just a little bit too much.
It brings me joy. I would make him listen to like a 10-minute story just because I could tell that he felt like he was on fire. It was hilarious. I used to like
making people feel uncomfortable a little bit.
I love that.
I used to do that too.
I love fucking with people.
I don't think I know very many people without ADHD or autism now. Like, to be honest, like, living with an autistic person, and like, also my son Bo is a little ADHD. Like, I can tell because he's always like, "Ooh, shiny," and I'm like, that's how I started, So
that's the fucking
exactly.
That's the what do they used to call weed? The gateway drug. That's the gateway drug to full on ADHD.
But like, I mean, like, it's funny because like my sons know that it's medicine. Like, we didn't say like, this is mommy's medicine. No, that was alcohol for a minute. No, I'm just kidding. But like, they like, Bo knows that like, people who use marijuana, it's more to help like different ailments, and even if you have ailments in your brain, you're helping yourself. So like, he's kind of been raised to know that. Like, I had a girlfriend that she was she had her med card real early on. She had kids way earlier than me, right? So she had like a 12-year-old when we were like 30, like kind of like your situation, pretty much. And so like, she went through all of her bad moments, like all of her growing pains with her kid, basically. Same. Yeah. And so like, it was like funny because one day I went over there and she had just gotten her med card, and she went to like the dispo in Ann Arbor. This is when there was only one in Ann Arbor, right? And you'd have to go there. And she was like, "Oh, I got this, and this," and then she just starts lighting up a joint in front of her kid, and I'm like, "Whoa, not good." Yeah. Like, I was like, "Wait,
we still need to go on the patio or not do this in front of them, right?
Yeah.
So like I try to keep it away from like they know that it's medicine, they know it's for adults, they know that, and like they might see the pen, but like my kids have never seen me smoke a joint. They have never seen me. I mean, they'll see me I'll drink a weed soda. I like that. I do like a weed soda. That's honestly like I thought it was going to be a bad thing because drinking is triggering, but like it's actually like it kind of makes you feel like normal again. You know.
I was on probation for a year and a half.
Yeah.
And like I didn't realize how outside you feel when you can't drink or you can't smoke
It's
or whatever,
hard.
and like all your buddies are drinking or smoking or they're at a party and you're just like, I don't know, I guess I'll like fucking grab a Monster coffee and just sip on this all night.
That's
and
exactly.
Then, and then everyone's like, well, you gotta have it. And you're like, I can't. And you're like, what? And then you gotta, and then you're telling the story 1,000 times a night. Like, yeah, no, I fucking, whatever, I got arrested, blah, blah, blah. I can't do it.
Yeah.
Well, what's the fucking, and then you're like, dude, fucking, can we just leave? Can we go?
Yeah.
Can we go? And then you become paranoid too, because like you're sitting at a bar because all your friends are still going to bars, and then you get a pop, and then you take a drink of the pop, and you're like, are they running out of syrup or did they give me the wrong drink?
Right.
If they gave me the wrong drink, I'm going to
that.
have a big fucking problem.
I had a freak out about that one time. Like, and I was with the kids and we were just out somewhere and it just tasted off. And I was like, is there booze in this? And I handed it over to Ben and he was like, no, I don't think so, but it does taste off. So, I mean, like, but it was kind of triggering for me for a minute. I was just like, oh, and he knows, like, like I said, we're good friends and he knows, and he keeps an eye on it too. He always asks me, are you doing okay? Like, are you, it's
good to have a support system.
Feel difficult.
Yeah.
And then like I said, my best friend, Jason, he always is like, like he kind of helped me get sober, to be honest. Like he was the one that was like, hey girl, hey, like, you are really funny and your life's kind of a mess right now. And like, maybe you should stop sneaky drinking. And I know that you're doing it, and then I got my shit together, so it's like when everyone puts it in front of you, I kind of needed what happened to happen. I kind of needed to be embarrassed a little bit because it was like everybody had this preconceived notion of like, you're the diva. You know what I mean? Like I really wasn't a diva. I honestly would stand up for things that I believed in. It was like this one dude that was a showrunner that he's not around anymore because he's dead. He said the N-word on stage one time. I went the fuck off about it. Right. I've had a couple moments like that where I just like lost it on people because I was just like, come on, dude, like get your shit together. Yeah. And honestly, like, who am I to be the police of anybody?
Did he get murdered after he said that?
No, he didn't get murdered.
I
made a joke at Darren's roast, Darren Lewis's roast at Grizzlies when he stopped hosting. I made a joke and I said, every person who's ever crossed me, every man who's ever crossed me has either died, gotten divorced, or really, really sucks at comedy. And they all loved it because they know that like what I've been through and like, yeah, like, okay, girl, you're going to say like the whole joke was just like this bitch who sucks told everybody that they suck. So, so like, I just had to say that but it was funny because it's like, okay, like two dudes that really had a fight with me online and really hated me both died. Like crazy deaths. And then it was really weird. And like, I had nothing to do with it. Okay. But like I said, my family, Hungarian gypsies. All right. I heard a couple of the dudes that talk shit. It was divorce. And I'm like, oh shit. Okay. Well, you're right there with me.
There's some power here.
You're right there with me. And then I'm like, finally I'm like, yeah. And you know what? You're not fucking funny. So like, I mean, literally it was really funny. Like I love doing, like I said, I like doing roast, but doing a roast of Darren was really one of my funnest, like, because it was like I just wrote the shit and it was so easy because like I had met Darren he came to my first mic he ever did, and I knew his girlfriend, his wifey Jillian. I knew her from before. She was friends with my friend, and like I was just like, okay, so Jillian's dude's gonna do comedy, and so like And he's just been like one of the nicest people in comedy. And like, I feel like he's kind of like just one of those people that's always going to be down for, like I said, down for Downriver. He's a Downriver boy through and through, and like always going to come and support the stuff that I do. And I'll support anything he does. But like his roast was really funny, and it was wild. And then there was like a whole altercation as I was walking to my car, and I didn't know anything about it. And like the next day, somebody sends me a message, and they're like, "Are you the bitch with the bangs that attacked that guy?" And I'm like, "What?"
Someone attacked Darren?
Some girl with bangs. I didn't know who she was. Not Darren, another dude, one of the other guys. And it was like a little drama thing. But that's what I'm trying to say. Like with comedy, yeah, I was like, go and do it, get your shit done. Focus on what you want to accomplish. Don't get mixed up in the other shit. Because when the other shit happens, and if you start, people start arguing, and it's always going to be you're wrong and they're right, or you know what I mean? Nobody's right, nobody's wrong. Like, don't even waste your time with the bullshit. Like, just get in and get out.
That and a lot of the comics in this fucking scene are like trying to convince other people that you should have a problem with someone they have a problem with.
Well, that happens a lot. And that happened when I first started too. And it was like, I mean, I know a lot of it has to do with there was, when I first started, there was a lot of issues with like sexual assault and harassment and things like that. And
I mean, that shit needs to be called out.
definitely,
for sure.
that was very much called out. But then there was also like, it's like, you know, these little shits, these little tiffs and stuff. And then everybody just blows it up for like 7-8 days, and everyone calls everybody about it.
Yeah, it's
and
fun.
I used to be in the middle of it, and I just don't care for it anymore.
Yeah.
I just like look at it now, and I'm like, oh my God, remember when that upset you so much? What a fucking pussy you were. You know what I mean? Like, this is just high school shit.
Yeah.
Like, you literally didn't get upset when Melanie Jacobs called and left a fucking shitty message on your message machine when you were in high school because you didn't show up to cheerleading practice and you got on the bus and went home instead. Like, that bitch cussed me out, called me a dirty fucking whore, and I had to go and turn her ass in because my mom heard that shit. This is high school.
Yeah.
This is high school bullshit.
But we're all in our fucking 30s and 40s trying to do comedy.
And honestly, it's like, it's like, I literally now, I mean, like, I use that day at Kill Tony as my guideline. I'm just happy to be here.
Yeah.
I'm really just happy to be here. I'm happy to put out my shit. I'm happy people fucking love it.
Yeah.
And I like the attention, but I like the attention more from the people that it's hard to get from. So like, men are easy. You guys are all fucking easy, right? I don't give a shit if a man gives any attention to me, to be honest. Like, I know who I want attention from, and that's the only person I want attention from. But when it comes to that kind of shit, because I had guys in my DMs today, I'm like, shut the fuck up. I don't want to talk to you. I want to get the women that are hard to get. I want to get the women that are like at the store with me doing the same shit as me, but also judging me. That's who I want to hook, the Karens.
Yeah.
I want the Karens to start lightening up a bit. And that's my mission with what I'm doing with anything that I write is like, let's just make everybody lighten up a bit.
Yeah.
You know, because it's really like, if you can't laugh at yourself, you can't laugh at anything.
Right.
Why are we here?
Right.
You know, like, if you're not going to make people laugh, why are we here? If you're not going to sell tickets, why am I trying to be a feature? Or, you know what I mean? Like, if you're not going to do this, why are you doing this? Like, it's always something is into something. So I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be doing what I'm doing. I love Diva Cup. I love doing that here and there. It might not happen all the time anymore. Like, right now, I'm kind of like, I mean, I was trying to push 4 out a year. I'm not doing that shit no more. It's too much. I want to make it a big event. And that I like things that are special, you know, like, and I think that when you put together different things that are special, you'll start to get the same, like, good people will start following and keep coming and doing. And if you do a good job, you do a good job. And that's what I love about this. It's like, sometimes people don't like you. Sometimes people like you. And if it's more like than not, then it's worth it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That's what it is. And I mean, like, and I don't need the validation anymore. Like, I literally go up and say I've been doing my period bit, and that really is hard for people to listen. Men, especially. They don't like to listen about blood coming out of your vagina. But it's funny.
Bunch of children.
And like, Yeah, I can't do it on a cruise. Not at all. That is not cruise ship material at all. But I mean, like, that's the kind of thing. It's like, you know, I'm not going to like adjust myself because I want to play it out. And then I want to figure out how to make them laugh with that thing that scares them.
Yeah.
Like
and creating that tension is a good way to do it.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, on that note, we got to wrap it up. We're at
Dude, we are way, No,
it's
sorry.
like 4 hours.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry. Oh, shit.
You don't have to be
God.
sorry. This place is a time warp. But
Yeah, no. Oh, yeah. I'm like, my friend's like, are you good? I'm like,
did you get murdered up there?
all done now. Just not murdered.
Do-
Just still alive.
Before we go, do you have dates or anything that you want to plug
Yeah, so
or just your socials?
Diva Cup is August 15th at the Downriver Council for the Arts. I will have another Downriver show coming up in September, doing the storytelling show. I'll have that date sometime soon, but keep an eye out on at the Downriver Diva on Instagram and TikTok, and I put all my shit on there. And then like Facebook's been fabulous lately. Like Facebook is popping, and I'm like, it's weird because it's like everything goes in fluctuations. Like certain things hit on certain platforms. It's so crazy how that stuff is.
Yeah.
But really, that's all that I have right now. Other than we're doing the open mic at the brewery at Northern Wind Brewery in Wyandotte and every other week. And it's very low stakes and very fun. And there will probably be people there to watch because it's a very popular place now. So, yeah, I was like, I don't know if this is for comedy or if this is for the brewery. It was for the brewery.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, no, it was for comedy. It was both. It was a little bit of both. But the brewery is always popping. So,
Killer.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
But thank you guys.
Dude,
it's been
thanks
awesome.
for coming.
Yeah.
fuck
I'm sorry I like talk so much. I have ADHD.
You're on a podcast.
We're on a talk show.
Sorry. I'm not used to being on this side of it. So
Oh, I
that's
love
what
it. No, dude, it was a good episode. It was
Thank
fun,
you
dude.
so much.
Yeah, hell yeah. All
And
right.
Paige, don't get into feederism, all right? I mean, unless desperate times call for desperate measures, then you create the OnlyFans. And let him regulate it because, like,
Then he
he's a
can't be
former
mad.
fatty and he'll make sure you don't hurt yourself.
There we go.
Facts. All right.
Not survival. It's finding purpose in what you love.
I'm pumped to be branching out and being like, hey, we're going to sit down and have a couple-hour podcast.
Is it?
Is it, dude?
Jesus
You
Christ.
just like talked for 5 minutes. I'm like, is it though? I've always been inspired by this shit.
Dude, that pizza was so greasy.
It was disgusting.
It was not disgusting.
Disgusting.
Good times, Noodle Salad.